big problem these days. America and water shortage is a big problem these days.
Yeah, no, I was thinking we were talking about the mammoths, the cloning mammoths.
That's not an intro.
I mean, that's a
Woolly
thing.
mammoths.
Yeah, woolly mammoths. What's up with them? Yeah,
yeah, it sounds very interesting.
yeah. Because they're
What is up with mammoths?
they're trying to clone them again. Yeah,
Within 4 to 6 years, they expect to have them.
yeah. They're pretty close now, I guess. Yeah, they
Well, that's like because it takes a little while for gestation or whatever.
yeah, they're like elephants. So it takes
Yeah.
like a year
Well,
or 2 years or
So
something.
that's their game plan, right?
yeah, yeah.
You want
And
to
then
explain it for us?
I think they had two different plans. They were gonna either hybridize them with normal elephants or use frozen eggs and sperm and make a purebred one. Not sure which one they're going with. Like
The first one, from what I was reading.
Are they? Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Too bad.
you're gonna
Just
have
gonna be a
half-
knockoff.
They're
Knock
making
off.
very cold hardy
knockoff mammoth.
elephants
Yeah.
that will knock down trees.
Cool. Where are they going to put them?
I think they're thinking about throwing them in Russia and in Canada.
Yeah, fuck those guys.
So they just want them to knock trees down for climate change, I guess.
Okay. Speed this bitch up.
Yeah, I don't
yeah.
quite understand how that would help.
Well, I think because they create grasslands and then those build up tons of topsoil. I think as they munch down on all the grass and stuff.
But so you're saying the grasslands are a better sink for carbon than the rainforest?
How do they not knock down houses? Also?
Well, I think they're trying to put them super remote. This is what I was
but
wondering.
eventually,
You're inevitably, if you think down the road,
They do it to
be a
eat
lot
them,
of
I
them.
think. So
I heard people suggest that this is going to cure world hunger, and I don't. I mean, imagine they had you don't harvest one in a year.
Yeah, no, they take 2 years.
A 20-year-old
Yeah.
one you can find is
Yeah.
big enough to make it worthwhile to eat. Probably,
But it takes 2 years to build each new one. So you got and then how long do they live? Really, 30 years or something?
Till you shoot
only
'em.
get so many mammoths from one mammoth. They're not like rabbits. Yeah, unless I guess if they could mod them, maybe twin mammoths. You're pumping out two
Double
at a time.
mammoths?
Yeah, double mammoths.
If you make them so there's two mammoths stuck together ass to ass, they can't really knock down too many trees anyway.
It really solves most of the problems, but you get all the meat. Still. Yeah.
Almost double the meat. That's great.
So that makes sense. Yeah.
what does
I
it
wonder
taste
if-
like? Sorry.
Oh, I don't know. I wonder,
Scientists have eaten frozen woolly mammoths
They
that they
have,
found in
yeah.
Siberia.
Really?
That was old.
Yeah.
have you
Interesting.
looked
Really?
up what the flavor was like though?
I'm sure chicken.
they just
Chicken.
they just taste like chicken.
they're not even birds. Why do you say chicken?
Frogs
They're
aren't either.
Most closely related to
Speaking
birds.
of which, the other thing I wanted to share was about the giant penguins. Did you guys catch that?
Oh no.
Nope.
Yeah, a new species of giant penguin was discovered. An additional species.
Oh weird.
I didn't even know there was one
in
giant
New
penguin.
Zealand. Exactly. Me either.
Yeah.
Well,
How
big
giant are we
they?
talking?
Yeah.
Pretty big.
2.5
many
feet
seven or
tall.
stories?
This one's even bigger, I think. It's
Yeah.
the tall one. So
I saw they 2 stories, 3 stories.
I mean,
Because there's those emperor penguins, aren't they 3 feet tall or something?
Yeah, I think so. That's,
Yeah, and why aren't people eating them already?
Well, also, how are we?
Somebody-
yeah, I think these are
Wow.
only 4 feet tall.
Okay,
so
yeah.
not that much taller.
But there's people living in Antarctica, and as far as I know, they're not utilizing.
Well,
penguins that
these
are
penguins
there.
are not in Antarctica.
I've never been.
Those giant
New
ones.
Zealand, actually.
How did they?
That's where the fossils were discovered.
Oh, fossils.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought
Not
they were just
living.
walking around one day. And they're like, "Whoa, hey, what are you doing, bud? You're big."
I was gonna say,
Sorry.
it's
You're
rare
a
to
big one
discover
over
a
there,
giant
huh?
species.
Oh yeah,
today.
a 3-story penguin. It's just been hanging out in Tasmania for.
Well, are they
years.
planning on bringing them back too?
Fuck it.
Why not? Yeah.
We've
They
been. What 90% of the species are gone in the last 100 years or something.
Yeah, just
start
bring 'em
bringing
all back,
new
yeah.
ones, just the cool ones.
Yeah,
Giant
I
penguins,
think that's the focus.
Mammoths.
Yeah,
All the
there is
cool
a focus
ones, yeah.
for that.
Yeah,
feel like,
primarily the cool ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like dumb, annoying ones. No one wants
No,
them
yeah.
anyway.
Well, you're not going to get.
Get rid
There's
of
no
them.
money behind that. Like,
True.
unless
No one-
they taste good.
Yeah, no one's bringing the dodo back, and that would probably be relatively.
They
easy.
might.
Apparently,
If they
yeah.
taste good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you
I
can
think
see
they
'em
taste
bring 'em
good when
back.
you've been on a ship for 3 months and then you
Right.
find an island
Oh,
that has
right, yeah.
tons of dodos on it.
So stringy.
Stringy ass dodos.
But a shipwreck person is like, strings.
Could probably bring back a few of them now. Like since people aren't hunting so much, like there's some kind of like pigeon or something that would fly in huge
Oh,
flocks,
yeah.
and they just shoot a shotgun up and kill
Yeah,
dinner for the
Carrier
week.
pigeons
They-
or homing pigeons.
they were
right? Like that?
I
passenger
don't know.
pigeons.
Passenger
Okay.
pigeons.
Yeah, there was like hundreds of billions of them,
Yeah.
and they would fly over, and it would
Block out
black
the
out the
sun,
sun,
and you just
for
shoot in the sky.
days,
Yeah.
And then people would, they would just shoot their shotguns a bunch of times, and then you just had foods for months, like,
Right.
And then
Like at
That
this point, we
sounds
could probably
awesome.
bring them back.
Yeah.
They wouldn't get hunted as,
oh yeah.
or not. I
Well,
don't
see,
know.
here's the thing.
They're
Though,
the
is that
same number
they're,
of
like
hunters.
having problems with the geese that don't leave in Otsanango. So,
Fuck
like,
those
what
geese.
happens if 200 billion passenger
200
pigeons
billion?
are? There was a lot of them. Like, if they want to bring them back, like, you got to go full force.
Yeah, do
But
it up.
then, like, what happens when they're all shitting all at once?
Fertilizer. It's good.
Yeah, like, but your car. Yeah, people are gonna be.
At that point, it'll be like
No.
you won't own a car. It'll just be a thing.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah,
And then
the
it's just
automatic
gonna
car
go-
wash business is going through the roof.
That's true. Yeah. Your house, everything's just covered in
Yeah.
shit. Yeah.
I'm investing in mammoth guns and automatic car washes.
Like, see, but that's why the soil was so hardy back then. Like,
Yeah.
you just had so much shit.
some good ass soil. Shitty ass soil now.
But that, like, so they would just fire their shotgun, take all these guys out, and then somebody was the asshole who killed the last one, and he's just like waiting for that massive thing coming over, and he's like, "There's only 2 of them this year."
Bullshit.
Yeah, they tried to say, I think, that there's like some sort of population collapse with them, like where once they got below a certain threshold, they just stopped breeding or something. And it's like, I don't believe that. I think somebody just ate the last of them. Yeah.
They might have tasted really good.
They might have. Yeah.
Couldn't pass them up.
Yeah, probably.
Pigeon pie.
Pigeon pie. Well, because people used to eat
Pigeon Wellington.
doves, right?
Yeah.
They're just doves, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, I wonder what a dove tastes like.
Probably like chicken.
Probably. Yeah.
I'm still confused about these trees downtown.
Oh, the weird fungus or whatever?
No, all the male trees.
Oh, that's pretty interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's like you found out that they basically would just take all the male trees, put them in downtown areas to prevent fruit and seeds and shit
Right.
from like building up as a problem, a nuisance.
Yeah, because female trees are messy.
Yeah, but the side effect of that is that there's tons and tons of allergens coming from these trees, and then like you have this corresponding increase in allergies and stuff.
Right.
But they're just planting more and more male trees in urban areas, and it might be part of the reason for that. Yeah, because there's no female trees downtown. Yeah,
That makes sense.
Yeah.
It sounds like a good idea at first. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
that nuts all over the fucking street.
Right.
but
Yeah. But if you think about it in the wild, I wonder if these trees, like, they might only have like one male per like dozen females or something.
Could,
Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
Could
Yeah.
be, yeah.
It seems like they evolved to be self-pollinating.
A lot of them probably
Mhm.
are. Yeah. But that, like, for trees, it seems like you wouldn't need as many males.
I wouldn't think so,
I wouldn't
right?
think so. Like, because one tree makes a lot of pollen. So,
Yeah.
like, the concept of having like the same amount of male trees to
Right.
female trees.
Yeah, the
doesn't really
germination
make
rate is
sense.
probably
Yeah.
skewed male
Right,
or
yeah.
female.
Yeah. So the natural base load in like a wilderness area of pollen's probably far lower.
Mhm.
It seems like a conspiracy. Like,
I
there'd be
mean-
a lot of food for people.
Yeah.
Even if it was just
yeah.
feeding animals, and then
I
you
know
get
I've,
to eat the
I've
animals.
seen like people if they plant like fruit trees around town, like guerrilla gardening people, those
Yeah.
ones will get taken out by the city.
No kidding.
Oh,
They
really?
could say it, it could be the case like we don't want apples all over the ground, but And then if they plant like, oaks or whatever, other things that don't make edible fruit,
Yeah.
they don't get noticed and they don't get chopped down.
Huh.
I wonder though if a lot of fruit trees they also bring raccoons,
True.
Skunks.
Rats.
Possums.
Yeah.
possums.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good point. Deer.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
dear.
true. The wildlife that comes with
Deer
that,
walking
yeah.
around downtown looking
And
for
rats
apples.
and stuff.
I
Too.
got deer walking around on my street every day, and I live in town. So,
Just part of life.
Yeah.
Not that much different.
Until I
There's not
moved-
much traffic by your house. Well, actually,
there's a decent
there's more
amount.
than there should
Yeah.
be.
Yeah.
Until I moved to the south side, I never saw a deer in the city.
Maybe the south side's just
Yeah.
inundated.
I think it's because it's
on a
so
hill.
close to the
Yeah.
forest.
Yeah.
Like it's like the edge of the city, basically. So yeah.
I've seen a few on my street, but
Yeah, no, I've seen them a lot down over here. Like just like at the first time I saw them, I was like, man, you're like in the middle of this. Like why? Like
In the middle of the day, too. They're not supposed to be
Yeah.
out in the middle of the day in the street, just walking
in
around.
the open.
But I think that they're like realizing they're like, no one's gonna kill me, so I'm just there's all this delicious grass around here, and they're like, whatever. And then like, yeah, but what is their mindset though? Like humans are only scary in October or something. And
Yeah,
then other
well-
than that, they're just like,
Well, city deer know
You don't
they're
get
fine.
killed in July.
yeah,
It's like-
A city deer never gets shot at.
true.
yeah,
Like,
that's
none
true.
of them. They're just like standing
Yeah.
around. They don't understand what hunting
So there's
is.
some of them
like-
living in like the cemeteries and stuff too, like because they can just like,
Yeah.
persist there indefinitely
hang
or
out.
whatever. Yeah,
Those are just ghost spirits or
yeah,
deer
or,
spirits.
yeah.
People bring them flowers to eat. It's nice.
It's nice.
Plastic flowers.
Plastic's good for you.
But
They
like,
eat little American flags.
yeah, it's mostly what their diet is composed of is all the American flags. But so that could be a reason for not doing female plants and
Yeah,
stuff. Yeah,
makes sense.
Yeah, just to keep
Let's
all the
call 'em
pests
up.
away. Yeah.
Actually, we could do some live calls on the podcast.
Oh god.
That's a good
that'd be
idea.
good. Yeah,
Let's get
Hey.
some fucking answers.
Who do we
Why
call?
are we-
I don't like calling
call
people.
the city.
Why you only got gay trees downtown? What's going on?
What's going on? So like, what about farming and stuff too, and the output of all the pollen from that stuff? Like, have you ever thought about like
Yeah.
what like
Like a field of corn.
infinite field of corn would do to you? Like if it was all pollinating at the
Yeah.
same time.
Corn's
yeah.
fucky, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of big cornfields, like pretty, like all around here.
Yeah,
There's tons of them.
I
In
don't know
most
what
of the country, I
state
think.
it was in, but I was like going cross country one time, and like stopped in one state, and then I woke up and like couldn't breathe, and I was like, I have to get out of here, and then like I got into the car and turned the air conditioning on, and then I was just fine.
Yeah.
Like, and I some GMO corn or something. I assume they just had infinite cornfields.
Right.
Yeah.
Somebody I know was talking about they were driving in the Midwest and they went by it was all cornfields, but they said between like it was one continuous cornfield for 20 miles before there
Yeah.
was a side road,
Yeah.
which means that was one field of corn.
But a
that
lot-
went for 20
That's
miles.
crazy.
Like a lot of
Yeah.
those are like weird experimental
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
corns and stuff for feeding cows and stuff. Like you don't really know what they're what they're doing with them now. So
I heard a while ago they were trying to make a perennial one that would just come back year after year. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
That would be pretty neat.
I mean, why not? It's grass, right? So
Yeah.
should be able to.
You'd
You
think.
would think, yeah. Like, because the root structure, yeah, if you didn't have to keep replanting the root structure every year. Like, see, that's the kind of GMO stuff that they should be doing. Like, but instead they're like,
But then they can't sell you corn every year.
Yeah, see. But
No
I
one
can
wants
get
that.
behind that concept. But doing GMOing them to handle 70 times more glyphosate is a little problematic.
Dude, I love glyphosate.
But like, why not? Yeah, why not make it like have like all your omega-3s and like grow back every year?
Those are
and,
kind of fatty. I'm on a diet.
see. There's always a naysayer.
Yeah. I don't want it.
Omega-3 corn, you know it's coming.
We got the 3, we got
Krill
the 6.
oil corn.
Krill oil corn, yeah. It's pink. It's like tastes
And
like
it
fish.
smells terrible.
It smells terrible, but it's
Tastes
so
good,
for
though.
you. It tastes real good. It can handle 79% more glyphosate. But yeah, I wonder what exactly they're working on in those caves with the corn. They have like these.
Where there's caves.
Yeah, no, I've heard about this. They're the like old coal mines and stuff. They'll make experimental varieties of corn in them because
What?
yeah, it's
No.
deep down where it can't get out.
Yeah, as
The
long
I-
as nothing
yeah.
They
escapes,
use for light.
and
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
won't. Then you
Well,
won't have
no,
any
it-
issues.
it-
That always works. Yeah.
It's like aeroponic systems with like indoor lighting and
Yep.
stuff
Okay.
in a sealed chamber. And the idea is
I want a
that
source.
I mean,
4chan.
guy who goes down.
First-
Do your own
Yeah,
research.
we gotta bring it. We gotta bring in a guy. Let's call a guy. But no, like they'll do some weird experiments on these corn varieties, and then it never gets out ever, and then you only get the good ones that come out.
All right.
But
Nice.
Yeah, they some
I'll
of the
take it.
stuff that they're doing with them though is that they would take like I found out some kid did this for a high school project in like the 70s, but because it was a normal practice, I guess, and I think they're still doing it. But they would take like corn seeds and expose them to like a piece of plutonium, and then it would mutate it, and
Yeah.
then they would just grow it and see what happened. And then
Oh my
and then
God.
sometimes it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
As far as
sometimes
you can
it's a
tell, it's
monster, and
good.
You just get rid of
Ew.
it.
Corn, but the kernels are teeth.
Yeah. Highly calcified.
This one talks too much.
Yeah.
Get rid of it.
This one talks too much. Yeah, so that's one of the things they're doing.
Interesting.
Pretty
These
dope.
minions that are down there.
Makes me think about the salt mines.
Under
yeah.
under Lake Cayuga.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's going on down there?
Yeah.
Spooky
I mean, they say they're just
stuff.
getting salt
Yeah.
out of there, but
How much salt do
I
you
can't
need?
say on this
Exactly.
podcast, but I know things.
Oh my god.
Tell you later.
But I mean, okay.
We'll cut it out.
Yeah, we'll cut it
totally
out.
cut
we'll
it
edit
out.
I'm not going on record.
Tell us.
Except my phone already knows. So
We'll blur out your identity.
Wait, you told Google, but you can't tell us?
I tell Google everything.
But yeah,
Even my
that,
inner thoughts.
that place sounds real fishy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like, so you
It's like
yeah,
just levels of security
that's
and
pretty nuts.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
not allowed to go inside at all.
So weird.
So they don't give tours at all?
Nope.
Huh.
Well, I don't know.
Like I'm also wondering like what the because if you have a salt mine, does it really need any security?
No.
I guess that's the question.
Well,
No.
you could go in there and get lost or something, and then they have a whole
Yeah.
issue.
It's
They
dangerous.
need
But
like
if you
trail guides, but
Yeah.
series of gates
But, like-
and like security checkpoints
How
and
many people just
no.
wander into a coal mine though? Like, is that very common?
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
you just have a gate or like a door at the front that you lock
Yeah.
and a
Yeah.
receptionist.
and
would seem-
and then they're just like only salt
Justify
miners
that.
from here on. And,
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure anyone that shows up, if you just explain to them it was a salt mine, they'll be like, "Oh, you don't even need a gate. Just have somebody standing there, and be like, it's a salt mine." And
Yeah.
oh, okay, I'll go the other way. I don't care.
he's just a guy in a black suit with two guys with AK-47s.
just salt.
Just nothing but salt down here. New York's got a ton of salt. You know?
No water, so you'll get too thirsty, so you
It's
can't
under a
go in
lake,
there.
Though. Like,
And why isn't the lake
No
salty?
water.
why isn't the lake salty?
They took all the salt out. There's no salt down there.
Yeah, but also, I mean, yeah, that's pretty fishy. Why isn't our groundwater salty if there's so much salt down there?
Good question.
And also, what about like they mine all this salt out and then they put it on the roads? See, I've thought about this before. Like, what's like they're talking about all the ice melting and stuff, and they throw the salt down to melt ice. But then they're just adding trillions of tons of ice to the ocean, and then they're like, "Why is all our ice melting?" Like,
Keep putting all that water in there.
put all this, adding trillions of tons of salt, and it just seems like it can't be helping global warming.
Oh, it's bad. It's bad.
got to be.
Oh my
Many things about it are really bad.
Isn't that also bad? Like, no one talks about the salt problem. Everyone's just like, just keep mining it. Like,
Just mine it. Dump it on the roads.
it's good.
Well, you
I
can't
like
shut
it.
down the mine.
Yeah, people
so
have salt jobs.
Don't
Yeah,
speak
there-
out
there's
against
salt
big salt.
jobs. Yeah, big salt.
Yeah.
There's salt jobs. Yeah.
Think of all the salt
You can't
miners.
expect a salt guy to just stop mining.
Yeah, what are they going to learn how to code? Not
Yeah.
going to happen.
I am. Yeah. But that, like, adding that much salt, like, so you have the temperature going up, but then you also have just like you're just pouring road salt into the ocean. It just seems like, is that accelerating the melt? Like, do you think it would be enough salt to like make it melt a little faster?
I'm no salt scientist, but definitely.
Yeah.
I think one thing to consider though too, they don't throw salt on the roads everywhere. It's
That's
only
true.
in northern and probably I assume really southern.
So when it goes out into the ocean, it doesn't leave New York, is what you're saying?
Yeah. We're just salting the oceans around New York.
Yeah. But isn't all the ice up here?
Where
too?
all the ice is.
Yeah.
Well, not anymore.
Why is Greenland melting and it's like they're just pouring salt on it?
That's funny.
It's so salty.
I wonder if Greenland is just spraying ocean water, highly salted ocean water
Yeah.
onto their roads, and they're just getting free. They're
Oh
getting
yeah.
salt for free.
Wait,
basically.
wait.
not?
What
Sons
is
of bitches.
Greenland doing when their roads ice over too?
They just drive on
Yeah,
them.
because it was all
just
ice
drive
at
on
one
the
point.
ice?
Yeah, there's so much snow that I think it doesn't really like ice up. So they just kind of like they have snow
just
tires and they
always
just
iced
drive
up.
on the roads.
Yeah.
They're like, what are we
Okay.
going to plow all day
It's like
every
that
day?
in parts of Alaska,
Just drive
like
on it.
really
It's fine.
far north.
I'm sure
Alaska
in
too, right?
cities it's probably different, but
Yeah.
I think
So
for the most part they
they're
just
not contributing
drive.
to the salt problem. Is
No.
what you're saying. Okay. All right.
Good on them.
Yeah.
I know Pennsylvania uses like sugar beets solution or something. They don't use salt.
See, that's
I thought it was
weird.
frack water.
Yeah, probably some frack water
Yeah.
now.
Well,
This
why
is
wouldn't
old
you cut
information.
it?
I'm going on
Why
like
would you
10-year-old
cut it then?
information.
Not
so
only
gotta
does it
get
melt
rid of
ice,
it.
but it's actually just always warm.
You've got to get rid of that frack water somehow. They're cutting.
I don't think you do.
Yeah.
The Earth just isn't
It
taking
just
any more of
disappears,
it.
right?
Oh yeah, it doesn't. It's not a problem.
No.
So, yeah.
Yeah, the
I mean, it's an
fracking guy
enema.
said they
It's
they
an
looked
Earth
into
enema,
it.
and you can only cram so
Yeah,
much down there before
yeah.
it's coming
Well,
back
oh yeah,
out.
because
It doesn't come back.
They pump it in and then it never comes back.
Yeah,
Right?
it's gone. It's
Okay.
fine.
It's gone.
Nothing to worry about.
But then you get your gas out and you're
Yeah,
happy.
yeah.
So,
It's well into the water table. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Well, it's underneath our water.
it's
the good
underwater. Yeah, we
Yeah.
don't use that
It's
stuff.
water,
And
but
if
it's
we've learned
below
anything
the
from
water.
Cayuga Lake,
Exactly.
apparently that shit doesn't bubble up. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, water normally when you put it down, it doesn't come back.
What like
So-
there's you ever hear of gravity?
So if you can put anything you want in there, acids. And,
Yeah, it
What?
just goes down.
just garbage.
like, don't they just put? Isn't there like cyanide in there and shit? They're just like,
Yeah,
what
why
the
not?
fuck?
I think it's undisclosed.
Yeah, they won't tell
It's
you.
an
They
undisclosed
tell you some of the
mixture.
stuff.
Definitely
but, yeah.
cyanide in it, but
But I mean, they put any fun compounds you just can't get rid of. That's what they put in there. I'm
Pop it
pretty
down there,
sure,
yeah.
It's really
it's
ingenious.
all
to think about
fluoride.
it.
It's mostly
It's
fluoride.
just rocks down there anyway. So like, why not? Rocks are pollution anyway.
I agree.
Just like they're in the way. Just put your
Soak 'em
garbage
down.
there. Why don't we just melt our trash down and just put it down the same tube into the bottom?
Who's to say they aren't? I mean, that's probably happening.
Yeah. Because I mean, it takes up so much space. Like the garbage. What are we really hoarding it for? Like these pyramids outside of town, like
don't know.
the trash pyramids.
Yeah, who needs all that trash?
Well, like I mean, I think they're saving it because at some point someone's going to mine them.
Yeah.
There's going to be trash tycoons, but I can see it coming.
That's why I don't recycle.
Well, I mean,
Make
you're
that a-
helping
make that
somebody
a
in the
valuable
future.
Yeah, the future, yeah.
Somebody in the future is going to find that old plastic cup, and they're like, you know how expensive plastic is now?
Hot
The
diggity
oil's
dog.
gone. Yeah, no, like so.
It'll be robots doing it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's going to be some bots harvesting it for sure. Isn't there? There's
It's
some
too
ocean
dangerous for
bots
people
doing
to go
it
in
now.
there.
They have some ocean bots going out and skimming up the plastic,
life.
and they're making shoes and stuff out of them now.
Yeah, I think they get like 1,000 pounds a day out of the ocean. You know,
Yeah.
real numbers there. Like,
Well, yeah. We've only been pumping it out since like the 40s, so
Right.
Oh my god.
there's a lot there.
Not even to scale. Like it's been like the 80s to like any real scale.
Well, that 50s plastic though, like
Yeah, the
Was it-
Bakelite stuff. I
extra
just-
good. Like it was like
it's radioactive.
I don't know.
yeah. It was like they were doing something to it. It just really
Definitely
persists.
broke down more. I feel like
It did.
Yeah, it
Okay.
like crumbles. I don't know if it breaks down all the way or if it just
Oh, wait.
breaks down to microparticles.
That's right. I think it was
Oh,
like
yeah.
because they didn't add enough of the fun compounds to it
Yeah.
to keep it.
Need more
plasticky.
fun. Yeah.
This only lasts 500 years. Can we bump that up to 700 or 800 at least? Like,
Well, they built
Yeah.
products to last back then, but they didn't build the plastic to last.
Right. Well, like vinyl's different now, I think, right? It has to be. Or maybe the treatments are.
Is it
Because
also,
like,
like-
remember when we were kids, like
exactly is it?
everyone's car was all like the vinyl was all cracked to shit.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
I haven't seen a cracked vinyl in a like even in a 20-year-old car. The vinyl's fine.
I saw a guy. You know this old house guy. We were watching them do some repair one time. And he's just like ripping out an old fence or something, and then he's like, "We'll just replace it with a vinyl one because wood's temporary and vinyl is forever." That's what he said.
this old house guy?
Yeah, yeah.
I thought he'd be like, no.
No, he said vinyl is
craftsmanship.
vinyl is forever.
I think it's vinyl is final.
Okay,
yeah.
That's better. I like that better.
But see, like eventually it gets like it looks a little wonky. Like
Yeah.
you see like people's siding, it's like the vinyl siding, and
Oh,
if,
yeah.
if it's like
Even brand new, it looks
if it's like
terrible.
Yeah.
50 years
Like-
old, it's like sagging in the middle and stuff. It's forever, but like
Right. Not in one piece.
yeah. But like I mean,
Yeah, I had a guy at work tell me when I was putting in my fence, he's like, "Oh, why don't you just do a vinyl one?" I'm like, "Have you ever seen a 3-year-old vinyl fence? Like,
they look
why
like
would you
shit.
make a vinyl
Yeah,
one?
no, they look
It's
like shit.
ridiculous." And they're all fucking over though. Like people are like, "Oh, looks good in the store."
Yeah, no.
Every single one I've seen in real life looks like shit, but this one looks good in the store, so I'll put that in my
They
house.
start
What
drooping.
happened?
They start drooping and
I've
shit,
never seen
and then they
one.
get like black mold all over the
They just
side.
start
Well,
cracking, the corners
yeah.
break off.
Yeah.
and, like,
Yeah, they get
Rocks
sun blanched.
take
Yeah, the
whatever,
sun-
pretty,
Yeah.
pretty
just
quickly.
Yeah, they're just well, it's like it's not solid too. They're like hollow.
Yeah.
So they just start sagging, and then it looks
yeah,
pathetic.
yeah.
or
It's
whatever.
only like it's probably less than an 1/8 thick. The
Yeah.
material.
It's really just a veneer. It's
Yeah.
like a little thin thing. It
Fills with mosquito water.
yeah.
Oh,
No,
sure
yeah.
does.
God.
You know that there's havens
Fucking
in there
hate
by design.
mosquito.
Mower kicks a rock, puts a hole in it.
Oh yeah, yeah. See, but they can make like plastic bottles and stuff that they're indestructible. Like just make it out of that.
Yeah.
Like you got a plastic bottle fence.
I maybe leave a plastic bottle in the sun for 3 years. It might
Yeah, they
not
get
be
pretty
so
cruddy.
indestructible.
Yeah.
Like my house has original aluminum siding, and it's a little dented in some spots and stuff, but
Aluminum actually
just
lasts
still
forever,
works
though.
perfectly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And someone was like, "Hey, you guys want this shitty vinyl siding? It's 20% less than aluminum." And everyone's like, "Yeah, I'll replace it every 10 years."
Every few years. Plus, it's like anti. It's like flame retardant, but it's plastic,
Right.
and you're like, it's not.
Is it more flame retardant than metal?
Like once it lights on fire, it's not flame
Yeah,
retardant.
it'll never go out. Yeah.
Yeah. So I never really got the flame retardant like logo on everything. They make it more plasticky, and then it's
Yeah.
like, but it's flame retardant.
It's flame retardant to a point, and then
Yeah.
it's way more flammable.
But that flame retardant property, like when they make plastic clothes and they're flame retardant, like after you wash them 30 times, is there any flame retardant?
No, I don't
You have to
think
use
so.
you have to use special detergent. You're
Yeah.
supposed to
Yeah.
with that type of clothing.
Or
Yeah, see,
re-soak
but
them and
they
stuff.
you have to use special detergent, but everything's made out of plastic. So why isn't all the detergent special detergent? You know, like so, like that's like
Good question.
yeah, like you would think that like see. Yeah, the flame retardant properties, all that stuff. I'm pretty sure they just add like halogens to it, right? It's like bromide or something, and then
I don't know what that is.
That's one of the main flame
that's
retardants.
the main flame retardant. But then,
I'm sure it's also a carcinogen. Guaranteed.
yeah,
That's
it's,
horrible for you.
it's pretty bad. Yeah,
We won't
but
get into the conspiracy.
yeah,
theory.
yeah, yeah. But
We'll save you.
I mean, this is the platform.
No. No.
But that like I think it just like over time just off gases too. So like like your
Yeah.
vinyl siding after 10 years, it's actually
Mostly in your
just
lungs.
super flammable.
Yeah.
yeah.
I do. One thing that occurred to me was I know, like metal roofs cost more for home insurance because if your house catches on fire, the best way for them to put it out is once it burns a hole through the roof, then they can shoot
Okay.
water in the hole.
Oh.
So I wonder if vinyl siding might kind of work out a little better because your house catches on fire in the corner, the side melts off. There's just a hole that
Yeah.
you shoot water into. Whereas if it's metal,
That's true. I get the house across the street.
take a little longer to burn a hole in the
Man,
side.
there's
Oh,
like
man.
I like saw this like the guy, the old man across the street, like his like I went out like right after, like our neighbor was like saw him like in the car, and I was talking to him. He's just like trying to start his car, but his car was just on in flames. and then he's like, and then my neighbor saw him, and he went over and he's like, "Hey, like, dude, you stop! Like, your car's in flames." And then the guy just like kept sitting there, and he had to like, he's like, like he got his attention, and he's like saw that he's trying to talk to him, so he got out to like see what he had to say, and then this is the point where I walked outside.
Yeah.
And then his car just exploded.
Jesus.
Like, and then both sides of the houses on either side lit into flames.
Oh my God.
And they were vinyl siding, and it just like it just traveled so fast.
Yeah.
Luckily the fire department actually did show up pretty quick.
Yeah.
And then like they were able to put it out or whatever. But man, like if they were like 30 seconds later, it
Yeah.
would have been pretty bad. Yeah, like because both houses were saved. and
Did the guy
stuff,
not
so-
realize
That's
his
cool.
car was on fire when he was trying to start it?
He's an old guy. He's just like,
Or was he just like, I'm just going to take it around the block, it'll blow it
Yeah, no.
out, and it'll be fine?
I think he's just like going to the dollar store or something, and he's like trying to start his car, and then the engine's like, and then like our neighbor like saw it, and then luckily he told him to get out of his car, because I went out and it was like it was a huge explosion. And like there's literally like a 30-foot fireball or whatever that
Yeah.
came out of it, and it lit the sides of both houses on fire.
That's insane.
Yeah. And so the moral of the story is don't get vinyl siding. Like
Yeah.
don't do it.
Don't do
Yeah.
You probably don't want cedar siding either.
Vinyl's forever,
Yeah,
but
that'll
so
go
is
up.
death.
Oh my.
So is death. No, it's pretty bad. Like
I wish I could have seen my truck blow up. I heard it, but from my window, there's a big tree in the way, so I didn't get to see the big boom.
so you didn't at least get that out of it.
Yeah.
What makes a car
Cool
blow
seeing it on
up?
fire. There was like a
It's
recall.
constantly blowing up inside
Oh.
the engine, so
Yeah,
it's
Yeah, well,
not
you're
that
riding
much
on mini
different.
explosions.
Mine
yeah.
was just sitting on. It was parked for like 10 hours, and then it just caught itself on fire.
Was it
It's
hot and
like-
sunny?
No, it was nighttime. It was the wires for the cruise control were
Okay.
always on, and they ran right past the brake fluid. And then, so eventually something would wear out, so it would cause more voltage through the wires and then catch the brake fluid on fire. And then,
Weird.
Oh damn! So like once the brake fluid went on
Yeah,
on
then-
fire, like the whole
yeah,
thing just
just-
like blew up.
it was so quick. Yeah, someone rang my doorbell at like 2 a.m. or something. They're like, "Oh, this car's on fire." I was like, "No, my car's on fire." And there was just like a small flame under. It looked like there was maybe like a couple tea lights on the ground underneath
Yeah.
the hood.
Weird.
That was it. And then I ran upstairs to grab a bucket of water, a bowl of water. It was 3 a.m. I just woke up, so it's like.
Yeah.
And by the
Full
time
of water.
Bowl of water.
it was like a big bowl, like a mixing bowl
hilarious.
of water. And by the time I came down, the whole front of it
maybe
was
But
in
did you,
flames.
did you go and try to start it?
No, I didn't.
Oh yeah,
That might have been.
You-
You might just drive it
Like
on.
maybe if you
You're
just
fine.
start it and get it driving, it would just put it
Yeah.
out.
Could have been.
But that like it's probably a good thing that you didn't make it out in time with your bucket. of
Yeah.
water. yeah.
Yeah.
But they did give you a new truck out of it, right?
Yeah, I made money off that. I only owned it for
That's
like
good.
2 months, and I got about from insurance, so
Okay.
Nice.
it worked out. That's fine.
But that's pretty crazy though. Like I had a friend in the Marine Corps too. Their car just exploded in the parking lot,
Yeah.
and like I think they said it was.
They used to stop making cars that did that.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
well, my dad was talking about like the Ford Firebomb, like some
Pintos.
type of
What?
car.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
the
called it the
Pintos.
Firebomb or whatever, and like.
That was from rear end collisions,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, but they like were really hard to resell because like
Yeah.
They're
nobody
probably
wanted them.
collectible now, I'm sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
There's
probably
probably
now.
Pinto
Yeah.
collectors. And
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because like it's just
The insurance on their garages is ridiculous.
Well,
I'm sure.
when enough of them explode, they become like
Yeah.
There's less of them.
They're
so
more rare, and then probably
yeah.
a lot of them went to the scrapyard that could have been
Oh yeah,
driven
yeah.
if they
You're not
weren't
getting any spare parts out
bomb
of that.
boxes, you know?
Yeah. There's like right now a bunch of those the bolts are exploding too. The
What?
battery packs, I think, like they're doing like I was just reading a thing about it, and they're using battery pouches instead of the cells.
Right.
But they just recalled a bunch of them because something with the pouch is like too big, and then it'd heat up too much in the middle or whatever, and then
You'd think they'd work
meltable.
that out before they release the car.
Yeah.
Well, you take.
They're on a budget.
Yeah,
You know.
I think they're really trying to catch up to Tesla pretty quick.
Yeah.
So like they're like any budget cuts,
There's also like
anything that gets you there.
there's a lot of factors when you're trying to get like bleeding edge technology. Like might be
Yeah.
some shit like the electromagnetic field around that is different. So when you account for that, then the bolts aren't good enough. But if you you know, who the fuck knows?
It's weird though.
Well,
yeah.
it's not till you make 20,000.
Exactly, yeah, then you find
500
out.
of them.
Oh
Yeah.
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 Yeah, you got like 30 drunk dudes in Detroit just assembling battery packs, and they're like, God. Like, so yeah, no, Elon said he would never use those though.
Good job, Willy.
Wink, wink.
Yeah,
What a guy.
because they explode.
Did he know that before they started exploding? Did he say it after?
I can't remember when he said that, but like he did mention that he would just stick with the standard
Yeah.
cells because
They started blowing up. He's like, "Oh, I never thought of pouches.
oh man,
I never was going to use
Like,
pouches
they-
anyway."
He's giving it. He's like super nervous all of a sudden. He's like,
Yeah.
fuck. He's giving a speech.
His next
and-
announcement was going to be like all this energy they put into new battery pouches. It's like 40% cheaper. I can't pass it up.
Yeah.
But I guess like the normal cells, the vape cells that they use or whatever, they have the metal wall on them. If one of them goes up, like it's less likely to puncture the other ones because it's a sturdier package than a Ziploc bag or whatever.
Right.
Am I driving around in a bomb? What the hell?
Well, lithium cells are,
oh my
Yeah.
god.
but also
Technically?
also
Yeah.
Damn it.
They've always been bombs.
also having a big pile of gas under you is a bomb
Yeah.
too. So
True.
it's the same thing, really.
I mean, you're more likely to get thrown from a horse if we're all using horses. So
Yeah,
it's an improvement.
that's true. Your horse could also just
Yeah.
explode. So
Yeah.
there's that too. Spontaneous combustion was a real thing until we made everything flame retardant. So.
Yep.
They make horses flame retardant now?
Yeah, I'm sure they're covered in bromide.
Yeah.
But so Elon though, like evil supervillain or like actually trying to do good.
I think it's yet to be seen.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Okay, yeah.
I think
All right.
it's,
We gotta wait it
we'll
out.
know about in 20 years from now when it's too late.
I think
Okay.
he wants to make a bunch of money.
Yeah, I definitely think he's developing vehicles for military contracts.
Oh,
I'm
for
sure.
sure.
You know what I mean?
The Cybertruck's
Guaranteed.
probably gonna get
Yeah, it's a
military
Humvee.
contract. It's out of the box. It's bulletproof. And
Bulletproof,
stuff.
like
Yeah.
yeah.
Does the everyday person really need a bulletproof vehicle? Probably
Yes.
not.
But
Maybe
well, I
in
mean,
10 years.
Well, I
you
mean,
know.
if they could have it.
things are getting wonky. Yeah,
Yeah.
no. But also he did put it is kind of weird. He put the was it the biodefense filter
Oh,
in the
yeah.
cars like 10 years before there's like a virus. So like that was pretty weird. But
What do you mean by that? Like
His
like
cars
the air
have super
conditioning is
clean
a
air.
HEPA filter? Or?
No, he has
didn't know
like
about
it's
those.
a HEPA filter in there that can filter out viruses and stuff. But like so I guess my point is maybe like he's saying you'll just need a bulletproof car
Yeah.
in 10 years. Yeah.
Well, if you think about it, 10 years ago, you knew there was going to be a pandemic at some point. Right?
Oh yeah.
If you were paying attention, and at this point, you know you're going to need a bulletproof car if you're paying attention.
Oh
Like,
yeah. I bet you the amount of people who opt for that package now, it's like through the roof. Like they're like, oh,
Most
the
of them.
biodefense package,
Fuck yeah.
fuck yeah, bulletproof. They're like, fuck yeah. Yeah, no. So
Is there a compartment or is there a hatch between the cab and the bed on the Cybertruck?
I was wondering the
think
same
there
thing.
is,
I
right?
think you can put. I
think you
think
can
it
crawl
go
back
down
there.
or something. Yeah.
Yeah,
The
so
seats
you-
might go down and then it like
Yeah.
pushes it forward or something.
Yeah, I want to say you can go in. So you
He's-
put your bed in the back.
Yeah, he said that the air
Drive
conditioning
around,
can
yeah.
flow
Yeah.
freely between the
Yeah,
bed and
it's
the
a
back. Yeah.
mobile, bulletproof,
Yeah.
virus-proof house.
bug out car.
Yeah,
yeah.
That's pretty badass.
yeah.
Yeah.
You get the one with 3 motors in it. If one dies, does it still drive?
I would think so.
Just in circles.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. If you got 3 wheels, you're still going somewhere.
Yeah. No, I don't think it's even. I I don't know exactly how it's set up. Because there's a 1 motor, a 2 motor, and a 3 motor, I think.
Yeah, I think that I'm assuming that what they do with the 3 motor, you probably have 1 motor running both the front tires, and then
Right.
the 2 motor in
2
the
in the
back.
back.
They probably gear them together, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
sure if they're like in line or if they're on separate wheels.
They might be on separate wheels. Because really with an electric car, you could just do
Yeah.
that. Yeah, so yeah.
I wonder if they're going to do the motors and the wheels at any point. I thought that would have been something they did, but apparently
Yeah,
no one seems to be doing
I think
that.
it's just because of the standard parts.
Sure.
Like rather than making specialized wheels, you can just. I know that's why they went with like even though you still have to have like a normal car battery in an electric car just to run all the 12 volt stuff
Right.
because everything for cars is made for 12 volts. So they instead of making new shit, they just
use the
did
12 volt
that.
shit, yeah.
Which is kind of. I'm still waiting for like someone to put out like a lithium car battery that lasts for like because it would last a long ass time.
Yeah.
But it also
You can
would
get
die all the time.
lithium-ion marine batteries, I'm pretty sure, and they're 12 volt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, I guess you could throw one in your
Yeah,
car.
sure.
It's that cranking voltage though. They need to pump out a lot of.
But it's a marine bat. They're like
Yeah, it
1,000.
should work.
They're like 1,000 cold cranking amps.
Okay. Yeah.
so.
Yeah. Because I mean, yeah, if you could do that, like you would, because that's the only thing that sucks about the car battery. You have an electric car, but you have to replace this piece
Yeah.
of shit battery from like a legacy system,
Yeah.
like every few years or whatever.
Couldn't they just make a 12, just like a transformer on the regular battery?
I
then?
was wondering the same thing. You'd have some loss, but you already have loss to
Yeah.
like charge the 12 volt battery. So
Right.
like, here's the thing though, is that in an electric car you don't need the cranking amps because it's just
Yeah.
a 12 volt system. So like if you have the car charging that battery, isn't it already making 12 volts? So just
Yeah.
like because it takes 12 volts to charge
Yeah.
the 12 volt battery.
Just
So
don't-
I don't. Yeah,
just
just
skip
get
the
rid
battery.
of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Comment below if you know the answer to this question.
Yeah.
Let us know.
Car batteries bullshit? Is it a conspiracy? Find out next time.
So the 81 bridge is sinking.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Fucked
What
me up
81
today.
bridge?
the highway bridge that goes over.
Shenango Street.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Like so they
What do you
just
mean
My
built-
favorite. My
sinking?
favorite. It's sinking into the ground.
It's like inches lower than it used to be.
Sinking. All right.
and it's got tons of traffic flowing
Yeah.
over the top of it, and it's brand new.
It's my
Yeah.
favorite underpass. It's got a cool.
Yeah, it's
look.
pretty
pretty
cool.
nice.
It's
yeah.
that
Yeah.
round.
Yeah.
Apparently they shouldn't have
Okay.
done whatever. They shouldn't have made it that shape. Apparently the
Yeah.
Somebody
shape.
made a
Seems like a good shape.
somebody
Yeah.
made a mistake there.
Huh.
It's cool, but not functional.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not like it was there was a different underpass there before, so.
Yeah, the other one I remember because I used to live over there. Is like one of the janky green ones.
Mhm.
Like,
Not so janky.
yeah. I think now see, there's a lot of places to hang out in there. Like, so I'm assuming that the round one is so that you
Yeah,
can't
it's
live in there. Yeah.
What do they call it? Anti-human architecture or whatever.
Yeah,
I don't
what
know
is
what
it
the
called?
term is.
Where they build spikes and everything.
Yeah, fuck homeless people.
Yeah. No.
I think that's what it's really called.
yeah. That's what it's called.
They call it something else, but
But yeah, because I was just thinking about
Probably.
that, and it was like there's some nice caves and stuff.
yeah,
in
there's a
there.
bunch of alcoves and like
Yeah, and
And that's a little bit of a rough side of town too.
yeah.
it
Parts
is,
of
yeah.
it.
But that like, it just. Yeah, no, I think I figured it out.
Yeah.
And then that's where they went wrong. There's
Right.
no good deeds being done, so now it's just sinking.
It's punishment, karma. Well, it's all concrete now, right? When it was
Yeah.
just steel, like just enough
Steel-
steel as much as it
Steel,
needed. It was probably a lot
concrete,
lighter.
Rage.
Well, and all the homeless were actually propping up the old one with
Yeah.
their shanties.
Yeah.
Like-
See, what they didn't anticipate was that these people were helping while
Yeah.
they were
Yeah.
there,
they
performing
didn't even.
routine
They didn't even
maintenance.
realize it.
Nope.
They're,
Well, they're going in,
Just
they're just
nature.
chipping the rust off. They're making
I don't like
a nice
rust in my
mess.
house.
Yeah.
Let's paint this. They're
They're painting it.
continuously.
They're like
Yeah.
upkeep. The state didn't have to worry about any of it, and now they build it, and 2 years later it's just sinking. And it's like because no one's there upkeeping it.
Yep.
The homeless actually are tunneling under the bridge, and that's the reason it's sinking.
Oh, actually,
That's
if,
probably what's going on.
if they
Yeah,
can't,
they need somewhere to live.
as above, so below, right? So they're just tunneling beneath it. But so now, how many layers of caves do you think it takes to start sinking that?
Well, I'd assume at least 3.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
we're at least 3 down there.
So
was
they're
quick.
3 layers deep.
They
Yeah.
move quick.
It's nice and warm down there in the winter, though.
Mhm.
Yeah. Underneath all that traffic,
Yep.
it's got to make a lot of heat.
Isn't there an old dump underneath, like all that?
Oh,
entire
Yeah.
Yeah, the
yeah, that's a
Kmart
good
Plaza.
Or is
I
it
know,
not-
yeah.
Like if you drive
it-
across the Kmart Plaza, there's just
my
holes in
God.
it now. that are
Craters.
just-
There's
it's
holes?
just, and the thing
Yeah.
is, it's
I
not
wanna
like
see 'em.
there's not like
Yeah.
there's a bottom to it.
No,
It's just a
you-
black abyss.
Oh
when you
my
look
When
down.
I
God.
was,
Yeah.
I
I
want to
used,
see it.
Didn't a
Bro-
car sink into that?
yeah,
a
no,
while
yeah,
ago?
yeah,
yeah.
Oh yeah, they all the time. Yeah, I used to live over there, and that like there's tunnels under there. All these giant rats that come out of them. Like the rats are insane. Like I saw a dead one once. Like I never had the pleasure of seeing a live one, but like my grandma was telling me about like when my dad was a little kid, he went to pet a cat.
my
And it was a gigantic rat from the
Yeah.
dump underneath the landfill or whatever. And I saw a dead one though, and it's the size of a cat. They're huge.
I've
Yeah,
seen
like-
them in barns, and I
Yeah.
assume those are like they're not mutated like ones living in a previous.
Yeah.
a
Probably not
former
as well
dump.
fed.
Yeah.
Like
It's
I
like
don't
dump rats.
a dump rat eating 200-year-old garbage.
Yeah.
It's pretty.
Yeah. The amount of nutrients in there.
Yeah. All the old batteries, the double
Yeah.
A's and stuff in there. You know that stuff has got to just foster growth. Yeah.
Like
Like,
superpowers.
Yeah,
Plastics and oils and stuff break down into nutrients pretty quickly.
Yeah. All the
Depending, not all of them,
with all if you have enough mushrooms down there growing, but
Which
it's
there
it's a
are.
big cave.
We know.
So yeah, and I've looked into some of those sinkholes. Yeah, it's just black.
Could you go spelunking in there?
There's probably probably can't breathe the air.
No, yeah,
God.
there's definitely poison gas because they have pipes all over that side of the
Bring
Yeah.
oxygen, right?
Like to let it
Took
out
oxygen.
into
Yeah.
I
the
Yeah.
love that.
neighborhood.
There's
My
so many places around here have pipes in the ground
Yeah,
because the
and-
ground is poison.
my
It's
my
nuts.
dad said that he was in that park that's behind
Yeah.
Kmart, and he was like, this is like when he smoked when he was younger. He was like drunk and he's hanging out back there, and he said he just laid down in the grass and he's stressed out and he just wanted to relax. He finished his cigarette and he like threw it in the grass, and then it was just like
Yeah.
and then he said like his sigh of relief was like this, like he had to like call to like he had to put this shit out.
Yeah.
Like because before he could step on it, it just like he said everything just lit on
Yeah.
fire, and he had to put out like a huge patch of grass
Right.
that was on
It's hard to believe somebody hasn't done that in one of the sinkholes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cause Centralia to happen again.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
Or maybe it's happening.
Maybe it's happening.
yeah.
That's why the
it
bridge
is
is
a lot
sinking.
warmer.
That store is sinking into the ground.
Yeah.
Like for people who
And
haven't
then they built
seen
a
it,
bridge right next to it.
Yeah.
No surprise.
Is
That's-
No
anything
problem.
else sinking?
that
Just the bridge?
like I mean
And the
every-
store.
everything
The
over
bridge in
there,
the store?
there's bridge in the store, but there's I'm sure a bunch of houses built
Yeah.
on it and stuff. Like those houses, I see. Here's the thing that I was there's a dump right there, but there's a whole neighborhood all the way around
yeah.
it. I don't think they lived next to the dump.
No, it was built.
It was built
must have been
on it.
after, right?
Yeah, like afterwards, like
'Cause those houses were like nice houses too.
they're
Most
nice
of them over
houses
there,
and stuff, but like
ornate and stuff.
like
weren't living
I
next to a
imagine
dump.
that that dump just like they buried it, and then people forgot 10 years later,
Yeah.
and then they're like, oh, we could build houses right here in town.
Yeah.
Like there's plenty of space.
That
Yeah.
river island that
Yeah.
they made, is that?
Oh,
That's right
Noise
over
Island?
there too, right? Didn't they use trash to build that up?
Yeah, that noise. Yeah, no, yeah.
Our
Yeah.
city's built out of trash.
No, that
Yeah.
whole island, Noise Island, it's just like a substation, power station or whatever. But it used to be an actual island, but they filled in the river with trash, and now it's still called Noise Island, but
Yeah.
it's part of the city. Like it just, yeah, it just,
Is that sinking too?
I'm
it
sure,
all
yeah.
sinking?
Probably.
Like it's
That's where you
looks
want
like
your
it is.
substations sinking into the river.
Yeah, yeah. That's what happens though when you build architecture, so homeless people can't.
Yep.
I saw they
Sleep
were
in it.
tearing the Gaudi
Fucking
station
sink.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have they started tearing it down?
I think so. Yeah.
That was something. Same with the Crowley building. Like those smokestacks. Like the Crowley building is closed, and it's just giant brick, straight up
Yeah.
smokestack. I'm like, that's gonna. If they don't tear that down,
Yeah.
it's
No one's
gonna fall
maintaining
over
that.
Yeah.
eventually.
Yeah.
So like, they got to do something.
But if it takes like a big gust of wind on an
Yeah.
unmaintained brick chimney, yeah. So
I
like
don't know. It could last a long time.
But it's already lasted quite a long time.
Right.
well, that's the thing though, is that quite a long times add up.
Yeah.
At some point, it's too long time.
Yeah.
Like so, I remember
They're hoping it falls on that one bar that's always on that corner.
Oh,
What's it
I'm
called?
sure.
Rock
I don't know,
Bee.
yeah.
Rock Bee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Is that
a
does
bodega
anyone
now.
really
Yeah,
go
now it's
in
just a
there?
bodega.
Oh, yeah.
It's closed. It's the Rock
It's
Bee
been closed
Tavern
for a
has
while.
been
But
closed for
there's
long
like a
time.
fake store in there.
They
There-
keep opening and closing shit
Across
all
the
time.
street where the pizza store was, there's
Yeah.
a thrift store or whatever.
Is it? Okay. I drove by it the other day and noticed it was different.
That's what it says.
It's a
Okay.
thrift store, but
They're
I've
just like,
never
we're-
seen anyone
yeah.
go into any of those businesses.
That,
No.
That's
yeah,
another
I used to
thing.
live right there. No one went to any of the businesses
Half
that
of
have
these
been in that building.
businesses that are like not the ones that are right downtown. Obviously, those ones are like mainstream businesses and they're real.
Most
Yeah.
of
But
them.
like most of them, yeah. Like so, but then like on like Clinton Street and some of these other places, like over here and stuff. There's
Yeah.
half of them. Like I've never seen anyone go inside.
Oh, they're absolutely a front.
yeah.
Yeah.
But like, what? How does like you have a front business and no one ever goes inside, but then the cops are just like there's too many cops.
They're
here,
busy
too, so,
not
like,
doing
how are they
shit.
not noticing that? Yeah,
They don't give a shit.
yeah, it's so bizarre. Yeah, so strange. Yeah, but that like because it's like that pizza place I was telling you about the like earlier, like the one over by the liquor store on Leroy Street.
Yep.
Like there's like an old pizza place there, and like I went there a few times when I was doing laundry at the place next door, and I don't think they actually sold real food because
Yeah.
every time you went in to order something, like I'd be like, "What do you got?" Like it's like you got a menu or whatever, and then it's like I can make a calzone or whatever. But it was the same shit every time. They only had like 2 ingredients.
Yeah.
They had bread
And cheese.
and they had ricotta cheese,
Yeah.
and the calzone only has ricotta in it.
Oh, God.
And that's all they would give you. I got it twice before I realized. Well, it was so bad the first time. It was so unbelievable.
Maybe it was an honest mistake.
I was like, maybe it's an honest mistake, and they just forgot to restock literally everything. And then I'm like, but there's never anybody in there. And then they have like these fake relics on the wall. Like it looks like a place from the like 60s or something. Like it looks like people should be in and out of there. Like this is your own mom and pop
Yeah.
pizza store or whatever. But I think they're just shit they bought at like yard sales and shit and hung up in there.
Right.
And I don't know if you ever went in there. It's like
No, not when it was Leroy Pizza.
I passed it so many times, and then I was like, I'm just gonna grab something in there. And I don't think it was a real business.
Why would you have a food business as a front though?
There's
That
only
seems
one
very
guy.
I think
silly.
it's good. You can just say like you bought a bunch of mozzarella and sold it, and then nothing.
Yeah.
Like there's
Yeah.
nothing to
That's
track.
true.
There's no
Alright.
Like
the
they have
inventory
3
is always
items.
leaving.
Like we sold this much ricotta this year.
Yeah.
we sold
We
this
sold
much
this much dough.
dough ricotta,
no.
dough ricotta.
$186,000
Yeah,
worth
it
of
makes the
ricotta.
numbers like
Yeah.
really easy though. Like if you want to launder like $1 million, like
Yeah.
that's how much ricotta you sold.
Right.
That's it.
$1 million worth of ricotta.
I think that's what was going on there. But like,
How many like businesses do you really need to set up to have a full on laundering scheme? Like,
I don't know.
if you have a fake farm that doesn't have any cows, does someone come and check on that?
That's what I'm wondering.
You
though.
know?
Like no one.
And like,
One
then you
out of
open a pizza place
10
that buys. Yeah, I don't know.
Like if an inspector comes to check out the pizza place and they have ricotta and there's
Right.
one guy in there.
Yeah,
there's
what
no
are you gonna
customers,
say?
You're like they just have an off day, I
Yeah.
guess. Like I think that might be all that happens. Yeah, like, and then so I'm just like wondering, are like half of businesses just literal fronts?
Probably a fucking lot of them.
Yeah. Because there's that. Was it The Sopranos? And it was like all like construction companies, fake
Yeah,
construction
that's an
companies or
old
whatever.
one,
but like, like, and they would just sit in lawn
Been
chairs,
doing
or
that for a
whatever,
while, yeah.
and like, and they'd pretend they were on the job or whatever. Like, but like, See, that seems harder though than
Right,
like a
yeah.
fake pizza joint. Because like then you have to like people want to contract you out and they want real business.
Yeah, at this point,
Like-
the easiest stuff would be like probably
Or real
like
food.
Yeah.
make like an OnlyFans. Like if I make an OnlyFans and like people are spending $3 million on my OnlyFans every year, what do you want?
Yeah.
Like,
Like I guess there's also those T-shirt shops too. Like I don't know what an OnlyFans is. What is it?
Oh my god. Yeah, I
it's
love
like
it.
We don't have enough time.
okay, yeah.
oh, that's the
Just go-
subscription
just go to-
amateur porn.
Just go to onlyfans.com. You'll figure it out.
Okay.
Porn.
It's like subscription-based
It's
amateur
not
porn.
porn.
Oh,
It's
okay.
not porn,
not
but
porn, but it's
if
porn.
you want to put porn up on it,
Yeah.
it's
Okay.
legit.
Okay.
People
All
pay me
right, all right.
$10 a month. I put pictures of my dick up there.
That's hilarious.
Also, OnlyFans is a proud sponsor of the Chaptown podcast. So
Oh
if you
my god.
onlyfans.com/Chaptown, put in the get a 20% discount for your first month.
Hilarious. So we got to reach out to them. No.
Yeah,
we just make an OnlyFans.
Oh, you can.
Chaptown
Okay,
only.
all right.
some
Chaptown
dicks on it.
OnlyFans.
Oh,
All right. All right.
I'm only showing my balls.
That's all there is.
Just balls.
Just balls.
Same.
Justballs.com. So yeah, that seems like it could be that could be used for laundering money. For
Yeah,
sure,
it's
right?
got to be
Yeah.
way easier ways
Yeah,
now.
yeah. Well, I mean, there's that T-shirt
NFTs.
shop, too.
I mean,
Oh,
crypto and
NFTs,
shit.
yeah.
Like, just launder through crypto.
I'm sure that.
I mean, crypto's not for criminals. It's legitimate.
well,
Don't shut it down.
It's like you know that piece of toast that looked like Jesus or
Yeah.
whatever, and it was sold for like $1 million.
yeah, just make a bunch of
Oh,
those.
yeah,
Like,
eBay
how
is
many
great for
drugs
money
was
laundering.
that sold for though? Because
So many.
it wasn't. No one bought it because it was Jesus, right? Like that's
I think you wouldn't have, right?
Yeah,
That'd
I
be
mean-
crazy.
like.
That's half of what eBay
But
is.
if
money
you
laundering.
look, I
Yeah.
think now there's like tons of Jesus toasts available.
Also VHS
Really?
tapes
Right.
that sell
Yeah.
for like 10K and 20K.
Yeah.
yeah, and the Beanie
Those aren't real.
Babies. Like,
Yeah.
so what was up with
But who
Beanie
pays
Babies?
That was
them?
always laundering.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That was, people are, oh, I just love them and I'm
They-
cute and they're,
think
they're
it was
cute.
dumb
They were,
people.
no,
What's
it was fucking. Those were criminals.
Yeah.
all right,
Yeah,
all
no,
of them. And
like what is up with like a whole product, a company,
That was a cover business gone bad. I
a
think.
company
they
that
started
makes
out
it
as
became
collectible
popular. Like,
things.
Yeah.
look, we're selling
Yeah.
millions of these fucking
Like
things.
things aren't collectible because you make them,
Right?
Like it's a company that makes nothing but collectible shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
God.
a Beanie Baby. Like what the fuck is that? Like how is it collectible when you pumped out 200 million of them?
They only made 200 of the expensive one.
Oh yeah.
Oh, my
Yeah, they only made 200,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure didn't they just they're still a company, right? Don't they still make Beanie
Probably.
Babies? Like I
don't
think
know.
there's
Yeah,
Might be a
I think
different
they still
name.
make 'em.
There's definitely
Or, yeah.
knockoffs.
or they
Yeah.
just look the same, but now they're called like Hoodly Doo Babies or something.
Yeah.
They just gave them a new name.
They're probably just some Beanie Babies.
Like, but that like the whole concept. So these people, the guy who ran that company, he's like, let's just make a product and let's just tell everyone it's collectible before it is.
They still do that. So
Like-
many companies. do
Well,
that.
well, now they're following that guy.
Squish.
He was
the
the first one to do
Squishmallows.
it. Yeah, yeah.
I don't know what
more
that
stuffed
is.
animals. It's a stuffed
NASCAR dining plates.
You know what Squishmallows are? You know what?
My
Yeah.
sister gave me Squishmallows
I've
to
seen
resell.
Yeah,
Everyone's
And I'm
seen
just
those.
like,
They're
who
collectible,
would
but they're
buy
at
this?
every yard sale
yeah.
in the
It's like
United
it's like
States.
a
Yeah.
$100 pillow,
Uh-huh.
It's
animal.
they're like
Yeah.
$30 or something.
Or what-
They're too much.
Okay.
but it's a Beanie Baby. It's
Yeah.
like
It's a
it's a
different
modern Beanie Baby.
yeah.
But like there, yeah, I just the guy, the first guy who came up with that, genius. Obviously, they're like, you're getting promoted. Like you created Beanie Babies.
We want 10 more ideas.
Yeah, we want 10 more. You're an idea man. And then he was like, Furbies,
Squishmallows.
Squishmallows, Squishmallows, Furbies. Yeah, like I
Fidget spinners.
fidget spinners. You know, he was the fidget spinner
Yeah.
guy. I bet that guy's making so much money.
Yeah.
He made all that stuff. Pet rocks.
That was the inception of the whole idea.
Yeah.
Well, the pet rock guy, like you think about that, that's the ultimate Like you took a
Fucking
you just-
scam.
Zero overhead.
Yeah.
You just get a rock from outside, and then it's $5
Genius.
or
And
whatever.
the thing is, and they didn't even put eyes or anything on it. It was literally the original pet
Yeah.
rock. You just bought a fucking rock.
What
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
hell?
no, it was a rock.
Pure marketing. Like,
Yeah,
Wow.
it was a rock in a bag. Yeah, like you got a Ziploc with a rock.
There just wasn't a lot of stuff to buy back then, I guess.
Well,
Yeah, I
back-
think there was like a consumer need, but they hadn't figured out what to do with it
Well, I
yet.
think
They weren't producing enough shit.
Yeah, no,
They're like,
it's the
"Put some rocks
it's
in a
the
bag."
Gigapet need.
Yeah.
It was
You
the
had to take
proto
care of it?
Gigapet. They couldn't build
Tamagotchi.
Yeah, Tamagotchis yet. So they're like, just give them rocks. Like people want to take care of something.
Yeah.
So like just
The marketing was ahead of the production. They're like, well,
Yeah.
fuck it. They're ready to buy something. Just
and
sell
then
them
they
rocks.
eventually digitized the rocks. And
Yeah.
then, you
Why
have
not like a
digital rock?
plant though, or something that you actually
You gotta
have to
actually
keep
take care of
alive?
the plant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just a rock.
See, but that's the thing is people don't want the responsibility.
Yeah.
They
Mhm.
want
Even
the-
like moss.
What they want is a pet that persists with zero input.
And you know that there was somebody that was somehow making it as a pet rock sitter.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh
oh, you
my
going out of town? I'll come by, watch
A
your pet
pet
rock
rock
for the
walker.
weekend, and
Like, take it outside.
I'll make sure he
$5
gets lots
an
of sun.
yeah. Like, why don't they have they have dog parks? They have pet rock parks. Like, you just throw your rock into a field.
Yeah. I think this one's mine.
It looks the same.
Doesn't fucking matter.
Were they cool rocks or
No,
Nope.
They were just normal rocks.
Just a regular rock.
I think they were round.
Yeah.
I don't think they were like shale.
Okay.
Yeah, they
Picture
weren't
of
like jagged.
cobblestones or
They wanted to
whatever.
make them like so that if you swallowed them, it went all the way down. I think that was the
Without
idea.
cutting you up
Wow.
too bad.
Yeah. Well, then you just get some minerals from it, and then
Yeah.
it leaves your body. Like I think because you can't choke on it.
I think they were
If
too
it's
big to
round.
put in your mouth.
Yeah.
No, I have a vintage one. My grandma gave me. It's pretty. It's like this big.
Your
Yeah.
grandma just gave you a rock.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, she gave me a rock. Yeah.
She just told you it was a pet rock.
It was
Vintage
vintage
pet
in that
Yeah.
it was 30 million years old.
Yeah.
But like
I'm
it's
gonna
a-
put some vintage pet rocks
Is there,
on
like, a
eBay.
box with it or
Just see what
anything?
happens.
It's in a little like one of those
Plastic
gumball machine things, and it has a little note with it. It's one of the original ones, I think.
In your
yeah.
grandmother's handwriting.
Yeah, in her handwriting.
Yeah, yeah. And I was like, man, yeah. What like? So an original pet rock.
Uh-huh. In the box.
What's the resale value?
Today,
At least $20.
At least $20. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I bet.
okay, yeah.
it's a pet, not an investment. All right, so
That's true. Yeah. So if I was to rehome it,
you can charge a
I get
rehoming
paid.
fee.
Yeah.
Sounds like you haven't taken care of it.
I have been.
Is it still in the plastic?
Yeah, it's still in the
Oh, it's
plastic.
probably
it's
dead.
dead.
Yeah,
I
it's
rarely
dead
take
now.
it out. I take it out like once every couple years, and then I look at it, and then it gets some air and stuff. But I can see them eroding, so I put it back.
From all that air.
All that air oxidizing. But yeah. So Beanie Babies, not a good investment, but really good if you want to launder money, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that's such a weird product, though. The guy who came up with each of these things, though, like the like,
The one guy.
yeah, the one
That did it
guy
all, yeah.
who made all these wondrous things.
Who is it?
Who is he? Yeah, what's his name? And even
Ty.
if they give you different names, you know he doesn't really want everyone to know who he is.
Yeah.
So
No, people get
why
pissed.
wouldn't you have pseudonyms like to cover his tracks?
Mm-hmm.
Chances are pretty good he's living under a bridge. So
Well, not
Not our
anymore.
bridge.
So,
Not our friend.
he's living in a tunnel.
Unless he
beneath
is,
the bridge.
yeah.
mining rocks.
Yeah, mining rocks for his pet rock business.
Figured it out.
There's gonna be a resurgent pet rock business. Like, well, there's the NFTs now.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they
Yeah.
have digitized them. Progress is being made.
Or those what was it, the fish? Or was that the second one? Remember those? ETH fish?
ATH fish. I
I think there was
remember
one
Crypto
right
Kitties.
before the fish. Maybe it was Crypto Kids that were before the fish.
No, the
Crypto kitties.
Crypto Kitties.
Kitties, that's the
Yeah,
one.
Crypto Kitties. Yeah.
Yeah, that was
one
the- that was
big a
the
few
first
years
one I
ago.
know
Crypto
about.
Kids is a whole other industry,
Yeah.
and that's a whole podcast in
Eee.
itself.
Oh my god.
But yeah, the
But it's real.
oh my god.
For sure.
It's very.
Crypto Kitties
Mhm.
crashed the network. I think,
Yeah.
when it first came out. Yeah.
And they were fucking crazy. Like,
Pretty nuts. Yeah, like, they're like basically like Pokemon cards or something.
Yeah.
Like you have like a.
They were going for like tens of
collect 'em
thousands,
all.
right? Or am I?
Yeah.
Were they just thousands?
Oh, I think they were selling them for hundreds of thousands.
Yeah.
Oh my-
Okay.
They might be
Yeah.
worth millions now. Some of them.
They
Like,
might be
Talking
worth
about the
nothing
app
now.
that you got those kitty cards.
the what?
I don't know, like 5 years ago,
Uh,
there was that app you
Yep.
collect cats. Were those the?
Yep.
Oh,
No,
Yeah.
I think that
That's-
was a different one, but maybe it was.
Are they worth millions of dollars?
Oh, maybe. you have an old
You have a
phone with
bunch?
a bunch of them.
I got a bunch of them on my phone. Like,
Like now's the time to sell them.
No, I think the one you're thinking of was a real dumb cat game.
it was really dumb.
Yeah.
So
But so are NFTs. So
Well, yeah.
figured they just
like
moved into that
They
territory.
they just transferred directly. Like, well, if the app maker did make them crypto kitties, then you might be sitting on a gold mine. Yeah.
I wonder if you
did
could
not.
just make pet rock NFTs. Just take photos of rocks, make them an NFT.
I think.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I wonder if people would buy pet rock NFTs.
Probably.
Try it out.
Probably. Sure.
Yeah, you're like, this is an original rock.
I mean, should we figure out? It can't be that hard to do NFTs, right? And then
No.
once you figure it out, you can just make as many as
I
you
think
want.
minting them is pretty simple. Like,
Yeah.
it depends on what you want to do, though. Obviously, like, if you want to.
Why are we
If you
not
want-
doing that?
If you want to
that's a
just
good
mint
question.
a picture, I think it's pretty simple. Like if there's some of them people are making, they're just writing algorithms that auto generate shit
Right.
and stuff.
Those seem to be the cool ones.
Those
just
ones.
gotta-
Well, I mean, if you want to
Not cool,
make
but expensive.
recurring money, like having
Yeah.
a thing that just draws shit for you,
Yeah.
So that like that's pretty awesome. Yeah, it's a pretty neat scheme.
Yeah, the one I said was like punks or something like that. It was just like,
CryptoPunks.
different
Yeah.
color faces and
We're
then
just
different
looking
like
at some
hats
of
on
them
them.
today. Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, they're pretty nuts. Like some of them look pretty cool, actually. Like but
a
you
neat
get a cool
little
one
piece of
and then-
pixel art, I
yeah,
guess.
Yeah. But that like you get a cool one, and then people like we're looking at some of them are selling for thousands of dollars and stuff.
Well, they're being posted for thousands of
Right.
dollars.
They're
Right.
selling for that
They are
as
selling
well.
too.
They are
Yeah.
right now anyway. Yeah, like and then there's but even some of the ones that look like we found some that were like hilarious. They're so shitty,
Yeah.
and they're still worth like $3,000 or whatever.
Yeah.
It's pretty nuts. Yeah.
I remember when I found out about those, I saw some. They were like some for like a couple $100, and I was like, if I know about it, it's probably all over at this point. I'm like,
Yeah.
probably should have bought one.
I probably should have
Yep,
bought one.
probably.
Well, I guess like it's like the with art in general, like I'm not like that whole market. Like I don't know really. It's like a lot of the traditional market is like professionals. Like they're like they find someone they like or whatever, and you get promoted and stuff. But I don't know
Yeah.
how like because that's how like the red dot paintings and stuff they got big because some guy who was like really important in the art community, right, was like. This guy put a dot on a piece of paper. And
Yeah.
It's worth millions.
It's
Yep.
a demonstration of wealth too.
I mean, that's money
Show
laundering,
off.
also, right? Isn't
Yeah.
art just
Yeah.
basically money laundering?
Probably.
Tax evasion.
Yeah.
What about
Yeah.
Banksy though? That guy's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Or those
this
people
stuff's
are pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no, I mean,
He's
there's
not scamming anyone.
Or the obelisk that appeared.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that, wasn't that
That's
uh?
pretty weird, right?
Yeah.
I think that was viral marketing for a movie or something, right?
Really?
Well,
I think
I
so.
guess I never
Oh, okay.
paid much more
I knew
attention.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
people
after it first
were
came out.
destroying the environments that these were showing up in because like all of a sudden
Yeah.
people are like all like I gotta go see this fucking obelisk in the middle of this endangered habitat.
Yeah.
Trample on all the rare bushes and like,
And I think they disappeared too after a while, right?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think they removed them. They were
Yeah.
like, someone's like, this is my land. I'm getting rid of this fucking thing.
This thing is a curse on my land. Yeah, that was pretty weird. Like do you know what movie it might have been for? Or?
I don't remember now, and that could have been speculation too. But
yeah, because I think I remember them saying it was speculation that might have been for a movie, but they never had an answer as to what.
Yeah.
I
yeah,
think
maybe
it was
that's
just some
maybe that's
guy
bullshit.
trying
I don't
to
know.
do
Wasn't
an
it like
art
Space
exhibit.
Odyssey had the monoliths? I think
Yeah.
that was like.
Yeah.
Were they
was it
doing a
like
remake of
homage
that?
to that? Maybe they might be.
Well, the whole
yeah.
the iconography is just it's just a thing
Yeah.
now. Like
Yeah.
obelisks, they come from
But
space.
see,
You know,
here-
like
here's the other thing though. Like
from space.
if you put a metal spike in the ground in the middle of thousands of miles from anybody in the middle of the desert, isn't it odd that the press found it
hmm
and then they started promoting it and then they found more of them? Like
Yeah.
Isn't it more
Yeah,
likely
just
that it would
finding
just
them.
be there and it would get rusty and no one would notice?
Yeah.
I don't know how remote they truly were, though. I think it was hikers would stumble on them
Okay.
and be like, "Oh, well, this is cool." Then they'd like geotag where they found this, and then it slowly, naturally became a thing.
Okay.
Makes
And that's
sense.
was the creator of them. That was the plan. The whole
We
time.
also live
like,
in an age with Google Earth, so people sit at home and just look at Google Earth.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But that's
an
from
obelisk from the top, though.
Yeah, I was gonna
doesn't
say.
stand out very much.
That's like a little box.
Street
I
view.
don't know. These those Google Maps people are nuts. They'll notice like
Yeah.
shadow
Yeah.
patterns. They're like, that's an odd shadow of that thing. What is it?
Yeah.
I used,
Send somebody
for a little while. I was watching this guy. He like, there's some game you can like click it. It'll show you a random street view somewhere, and he'd be
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
he'd just look at the picture and be like, this looks like Tontali, Spain, or some shit like
We
that,
played
and then
that
it'd be
for a while.
right.
It's
Weird.
fun.
But like
Yeah.
the people that are good at it, it's
Weird.
crazy.
That's
Does that just mean they've played it
nuts.
for just
Yeah.
hours and hours? And
Yeah.
hours?
Yeah, like we played
Basically.
it for a little while. It was pretty weird. You can like go down the street a little ways.
Yeah.
And
Frustrating.
then like that's all you get to like figure
Yeah.
it out or whatever. But like yeah, the being that good at it.
Yeah, he was like
seems
doing
bizarre.
self-restriction, so he'd go and he'd like not click anything, just look at whatever it showed, and then figure out within
That's
like
crazy.
less than 100 feet and shit. Like,
That's nuts. And 100 feet.
Yeah.
How does it, that means
like he'd
he,
use
like,
yeah, no, he'd like I don't know. He did some weird shit. I watched a lot of his
Was he,
videos,
like,
and then I
image-
was like,
did he
I'm
do
not watching
image
this
searches
ever
or
again.
yeah.
I know sometimes he would like poke around and look at like satellite views of things after he had picked where he thought it was.
Okay. Because I mean, if it just shows
Even
you like
then,
a
no, he
Lowe's or something, like what do you do with that?
No, he would be like, "Oh, this looks like it's like this specific city." It's like,
Okay.
"Yeah, I think it's a boardwalk. I think it's this one boardwalk at this port," and then
Because
it would
like
be that fucking place.
when we played it, it would just be like a place in Iowa.
It was always Colorado.
like yeah, or like it's just like some town that looks like every other town. It's like
Yeah.
very hard to play. Like, but like I feel like you would get clues. Like you might see a sign. Like you walk around for a little bit
Right.
or whatever, and then you'd see like some signs, and you'd get some like little clues about what's going on. But like, yeah, to just see the picture of a Starbucks and be able to know where it is
Yeah.
on the Earth is
was
pretty.
a multiple choice.
The more I talk about it, I might be
No.
misremembering.
It's not.
No, you'd like pick a spot on the map, and then it would be like the distance from where it was to where you
Okay.
picked.
Oh yeah, and then the closer you are, the more points you get. I
Yeah.
think. Yeah.
There are people that get like perfect scores on it, which is like less than 100 feet
Weird.
for
That's
every
so
single
nuts.
one or something like that,
Yeah.
with a time limit too.
So bizarre. So that's an odd skill to hone. Like you have to. I feel like the stuff you'd have to. The
we just
skills
looked at
you'd have
signs.
to, like
That's
yeah,
it.
yeah.
We
Yeah.
just hunted for
Yeah.
signs
Like, but I guess you could.
and the weather. But
Obviously, the just problem is if it's like in America and it's like not Florida.
Yeah.
Like, there's no palm trees.
They do have it all
so-
over the world, though, right?
Yeah.
So it
Yeah.
might be easier in other countries. Maybe.
If there's like signs with
I'd be
different
like, "Oh,
languages.
this is definitely Spain." It's like Argentina. God, fuck.
Yeah, yeah.
Close enough.
Yeah. It's a quick ocean.
So, like, what do you guys think about that movie, Free Willy? Like,
I don't know.
Been a while.
6-year-old frees a killer whale. Go.
Yeah.
How did he orchestrate that?
I don't know if I've ever seen it.
Weren't there more
I
than
saw it
one?
when I was 6.
There's like,
There was
Yeah,
like
I was
three.
pretty
he
young.
frees Willy 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
Like,
They're good friends.
I mean, honestly, it's
Yeah.
kind of a dumb whale.
Well, did he get?
He likes being
recaught or
captured.
Well, it
something?
wasn't
Yeah.
his. I mean,
Or honestly, the whale's been in captivity for so long, it doesn't even know how to survive in the wild, so it was really doing a disservice
Yeah.
to the whale. Like, it was immediately attacked by,
Dies
squid.
immediately. Yeah, yeah.
was that somebody's attempt to take down SeaWorld way back when?
We were wondering that, but like in the movie, isn't like like they hired a bunch of people from SeaWorld and then they're like,
Yeah, they're the
SeaWorld's
good guys.
bad.
Basically.
And then they're like, okay, so like, but then like, why would SeaWorld work?
'Cause
with
I
that?
don't remember the story at
Because they
all.
just
Yeah.
got like
It's-
I just
publicity
know
for it.
he
Yeah.
frees Willy.
He's
Right.
a 6-year-old.
Did he free him
frees
from
a whale.
SeaWorld, or did he free him from like some bad Russians
I don't know.
or something?
Yeah, I'm
I
not
think-
sure if it was like an off-brand SeaWorld.
I
like,
think someone stole.
was it like Ocean World or something?
Sold them to somebody else or
Yeah.
something like that.
Oh, was he a black market whale?
I think he might have been.
Who
I
really
don't
makes
remember. It was
Who
so long
keeps
ago.
a whale?
Yeah, I think he was just
as
in a random tank somewhere.
There's definitely some billionaires with whales.
A
in
black
there,
market
No, he was-
whale in your
Maybe.
backyard.
He was in
Yeah.
like a bay that was rocked off from the ocean because that was
Is
the
that
big
what it
scene,
was?
right? He got him to jump over the
okay.
bay.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I don't know if he
Yep.
was in the bay the whole time, but I
That's
remember
right.
that
Or was that when
heart-wrenching
he
scene.
freed him the second time? Like, did he
I
free
think
him
the
but not
first
all
one-
the way, and he was
Oh
stuck
my
in somewhere?
God.
So was it mobsters using the whale? To,
Yeah, it's all money laundering. Yeah,
See, the weird part though is that how does a 6-year-old like orchestrate any of this? Like, he's like,
It was a
He's just
simpler
running
time.
around.
yeah, like he
No one had done it before.
he got a guy with a truck, some people to kidnap a whale.
the purity of childhood, his innocent heart
true,
just
yeah.
had the power to
manipulate
blah blah
everyone
blah.
around.
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
Really, that
That's
movie
true.
is probably the reason you have to go through 6 levels of security to get to a salt mine.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure.
Where are you gonna free the whales?
Because if you're 6 years old, you're just gonna open the floodgates. All that salt's going somewhere. You're gonna free it. No, yeah, I don't
Free
like
salty.
free salty. Just pour it onto Greenland, and then yeah, no, he somehow got a bunch of people to free the whale, and then I think he half freed him. And
So it just landed on
Yeah,
that
no, yeah.
stone berm.
yeah, he's just like on a beach or something, and then he slid into like an area that was still roped off,
Yeah.
and then is that like the
Free
sequel
him
where he's
again.
like where that scene
We're gonna have to
where
rewatch the trilogy, I think.
yeah the
Yeah.
trilogy
Yeah.
because in the
Is it
third,
the same kid?
No.
I think it is.
Nah.
I think
I don't
He's
think
like
so.
35 years old.
Yeah.
Still
I'm
like,
pretty
trying
Go, Willie, go!
go.
My wife left me because I've been spending too much time with you. It's all worth it.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the same kid, and you never saw him in anything else after that. But like that like the third time though, like once he jumps him over the thing, like where did he free him from?
put up a
next?
fucking fence at some point. Like,
Yeah.
Put up a fence, put up a border wall to keep the whales out.
Have you seen the video of the humpback whale in the marina? It was
No.
quite recent. There's just a humpback whale in a marina with like 15, 20-foot boats, just like people's little private boats. They're just swimming around. People are trying to pet it. They're get close to the docks, and people are like, "Whoa!" And like,
Oh, weird.
I
Yeah.
don't know if it died or what. I didn't really follow through.
Oh, crazy.
I don't know if it knew how to turn itself around or not.
Oh, he was just stuck in there.
I mean, they didn't say he was stuck. They were trying to make it seem cute, but probably stuck. Probably
Well,
suffering.
Well, he needed a 6-year-old to free him.
Yeah.
and then yeah.
But they're all fucking home playing video games.
We'll see
Set
that
out
you don't have
freeing
enough
whales.
Yeah, I don't have enough kid activists trying to. No, it's pretty. Yeah, like
Because SeaWorld was not a bad guy, even I feel
At
like
the time,
back
that's
then.
what
like
that's
everyone's
what
like,
was
yeah,
confusing
SeaWorld, they're
about it, yeah.
saving the whales. They're doing what
no,
they
yeah,
like.
but the whale
so
lives in an
I don't-
infinite ocean, and then you're
Well,
putting
the
him
actor
in a pool.
whale must have been from SeaWorld.
That's
Yeah.
why.
Like,
Yeah.
he lived
Where
there.
did they
it
get?
wasn't
him
an
from?
animatronic whale.
Yeah, no.
It was a real whale.
I'm
Back in
pretty
the day when
sure.
you could just fucking get a whale
Yeah.
for your movies.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure they
SeaWorld
used
whale.
a SeaWorld whale. That's what I'm saying. Is like
It wasn't a.
They had a bent over
Against-
fin,
I'm
right?
pretty sure they.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had the bent over fin. That was his
Yeah.
whole thing.
Which probably meant he couldn't survive in the wild.
Well, like they definitely
set him
freed
free.
Yeah,
And then he died.
freed him.
Death is the ultimate.
But see,
ultimate freedom.
if you free Willy and then you try and get him back at the end of the movie, like what does that mean?
I don't think you don't remember the movie
But
at
the-
all.
they
He
made
doesn't try to get him back.
No, I'm saying when the movie was done filming, they were like, "Come on, Willy."
They didn't
You're going
actually
back.
free
and
him.
Willie being, I mean, porpoises are smart.
was
He's like, that was
CGI.
that was
That
all
wasn't
that was
CGI.
a facade. I'm not actually free. This was just for a movie.
That wasn't
Bullshit.
CGI. He jumped over the kid and he was in the ocean.
Oh my god!
They didn't. They didn't have
You
good
are
CGI.
so
They didn't have good
literal.
CGI back then, and kids were a dime a
Once
dozen.
he,
so-
once he got a taste,
my
once he
God.
got a taste of freedom, though, like how did like at the end of the movie, they're like, "Okay, we freed Willy,
well,
but you got to go back to your cage."
right. Well, and then you hear those stories of like the people who ran. They every once in a while now they'd kill the people who were taking care of him. It's because he got that taste of freedom.
Oh, okay,
He
yeah.
realized he's a prisoner, and started killing the handlers.
Wait, so is that
Then
why
they put him down.
SeaWorld started
Oh jeez.
its inevitable decline? Is SeaWorld still a thing? Does it exist?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
believe
and
so,
I think
yeah.
most
Not
Yeah, I would've
have
heard
I think
about it.
like dumb
Yeah.
people go, like, "This is so
Yeah,
awesome,
people don't give a
beautiful," and then
shit.
anyone that like thinks
Oh, yeah.
a little bit, they're like, "This is really sad."
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
This
if
is
you
a
get
bad
rid of the
thing.
whales, then it's like I guess if you just have starfish and stuff, that's kind of cool, right? Like,
Yeah, then it's just
aquarium.
an aquarium. They probably still have dolphins. I'm willing to bet they still have dolphins.
Yeah.
we got some oysters.
Because a
stuff.
dolphin, you can like set out in the ocean and just be like make some clicky sounds with
Yeah.
a thing, and he'll come back and do his
Well, I mean,
show.
also like a dolphin isn't the size of a literal house,
Yeah.
so putting him in a cage the size of a house is like he has a
It's
little
fine.
more room to move
it's
around.
fine.
Yeah, like but those whale cages though, like, it just seems bizarre. Yeah, like because they definitely
ago-
got him back at the end of the movie.
A while ago, I remember seeing a thing that like India passed legislation that like whales are non-human persons and have the same rights.
Oh yeah.
So
Well, they're extremely smart.
yeah.
Yeah, and
I
like
mean, they can like put bombs on submarines and stuff and defuse,
Oh, yeah.
and diffuse like underwater mines.
Well, there's
I mean,
this-
it's like
there's this guy I was reading about, like some whaler. Ironically, he teamed up with killer whales down in South America, and this was like way back, like a couple hundred years ago, I think. But like he would like hunt sperm whales, I think, and a pod of these killer whales came up and noticed that he was doing this, and then they started like helping corral it, and then like he just started feeding them some of the kill, and then he would go out and they would just start always helping him hunt whales, and it was like a thing for quite a while, and then I think I think whaling went under, and then they just stopped doing it. But like,
well, whaling is alive and well.
well,
It's
whaling
alive
went
and
down
whale.
there, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no, and in like some countries they still like
They
Norway,
just had Japan just had their huge yearly whale kill
whales
thing
or
where they
whatever.
killed, they
For
killed
science.
100,000 of them or something.
Oh, they say it's for science.
Yeah, it's
but
just
then,
for scientific research.
like,
And then you got all this
I
meat.
was
What are you
looking
gonna
it
do
up
with it?
and
Not
I'm
eat it?
pretty sure that they can get whale bacon and like
Yeah.
their school lunches.
Well,
and
they
stuff.
kill
Dang.
100,000 whales
Yeah.
for science,
Yeah.
and then you got all this extra meat.
Yeah.
There used to be a belief, and this was with like butterfly people, that you could only truly identify a butterfly by capturing and killing it.
Oh,
Which
Oh,
so maybe they're
gosh.
thinking that still with whales. Like we can
with
only,
whale bacon, really identify it. Still a whale.
It's another whale.
another whale. Damn it.
guys, this one's not a new species. Guys, we didn't discover anything. Just push them off.
Fire up
into
the grill.
ocean.
Just want to get another tuna.
So I just read the plots of Free Willy and Free Willy 2.
Oh, really?
Fucking nonsense.
They are?
I don't know what the fuck's going on.
So
I mean,
are you right, though?
the thing is, I guess it seems like they might be children's movies, so the plot's not necessarily super
yeah,
thought
yeah.
out.
Somebody thought it out.
But Free Willy 2, they actually saved them from an oil spill. He was still out in the ocean.
Is there a scene where they swim under the fire, like the oil spill's on fire and they swim under it?
Sounds about right.
So did
that
they?
sounds.
They led them to
Seen it.
safety somehow.
Yeah. So what they did is they created an actual oil spill for the movie.
Oh my
And then they
God.
lit it on fire so that he could swim underneath it. So in the sequel, he swims under an oil spill, and like,
Tastes low.
what about the third one though?
Yeah,
Like,
it doesn't have a whole lot of flavor.
how'd they get away with the third money grab?
So this is probably going to get us canceled, but probably the third video, they just instead of a little boy, they used a little girl
Oh,
to free him.
okay.
And it's just the
yeah.
same plot over
In
again.
Free
but-
Willy 2, they introduced the love interest, so
For
probably.
the whale? For Willy?
No,
For
for
the
the
whale?
boy.
For the whale.
He's supposed to be freeing Willy, but he's just hanging out with his girlfriend instead.
Yeah, he was trying to get laid, and then he accidentally had to Free Willy. There's a magical Native American involved somehow, too.
Oh, really?
In Free Willy 1 and 2, recurring character.
Oh, interesting.
I wonder if it's actually played by a white guy. I wouldn't be surprised.
By James Carradine, David Carradine.
Yeah.
Back in the day, if you needed a Native American in your movie, you hired. Is it David Carradine? Carradine, whatever.
Carradine.
He
Mr.
always would
Carradine.
play either like a ninja or a Native American that had magical powers. Or
Okay, it's Whale Hunters in Free Willy 3.
Hunters, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So they're just.
And who are they freeing him from in the first one?
From Bootleg SeaWorld.
A bootleg.
bootleg
Yeah.
SeaWorld.
Okay.
Okay.
They didn't use SeaWorld by name.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
It's like
So was it anti-zero? But they used a
Probably.
whale.
All I know is
From
that after
SeaWorld,
that movie,
probably.
I don't
SeaWorld
get
like
it.
got a lot of flack.
they don't actually care about whales.
Okay.
They do care.
In practice.
They paid them a lot of money to use the whale. So
Yeah.
they go,
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
They gave the family.
They didn't really
the
give
whale's
them the-
family got.
They didn't send
Nice
them. They
houses
didn't
and
send them the
everything.
authentic script.
Yeah.
they're like,
Oh my
it's
God.
just
like they had to read it though, right? Like
a fake script. Yeah.
Or were they just like people are like, we're not getting a lot of people to come see these whales because there's just TV and stuff. So like, let's sell them to this movie. I
guess.
Last big gig. But you know that they recaptured him at the end, and then
For
he
sure.
went back to SeaWorld, right? Yeah.
It's Free Willy 4.
Free Willy 4.
I'd just stop trying to catch that whale.
Honestly.
Just get a
fuck 'em.
different one.
Yeah, I mean, well,
The kid's already tied up with one whale. Can you really be like
Get a new one.
just like
trying to
there's
feed the
so
thing?
many
and,
other
like-
whales. Yeah, like how do you feed that though? Like the kid, wasn't there a scene where he had him on a truck and he's out of the
Yeah.
water and he's just like patting him down with like a wet,
Yeah, a wet nap,
washcloth
yeah.
or whatever. He's 600 square feet of whale. Like
Yeah.
he needs water. Like, it's very bizarre. And then, yeah, like, and then of course, like, he did free him, I guess, but like, so
Yeah.
it made up for the little
Into
bit
what?
of
The
torture,
dangerous
like,
ocean
yeah.
where there's oil
Yeah.
spills and whale hunters?
Yeah, yeah.
Was it one of those like gotcha things too, where the whale wasn't named Willy, the kid was named Willy, and it's all really about self-discovery? And
Probably.
Oh, probably. Yeah.
Except the kid's named Jesse.
in the end of the third one, you just find out.
But-
that,
There was probably some. There must have been a monologue at some point, like, I thought I was freeing you, but you were really freeing
oh,
me.
I guarantee it.
Yeah. There's all kinds of subplots. He's like orphaned.
It's
and
actually a
then
very
his mom
sophisticated
abandoned
movie.
him, and then
Wait, the kid is orphan or the
yeah,
whale?
the kid is.
Okay, yeah.
He's vandalizing shit, and then they find his mom after he gets adopted.
Okay. And then
All kinds of cool shit.
he's actually holding up a
It's
convenience store,
bullshit.
and he sees on the TV in
Said
the
cool
background
shit.
that there's
Oh,
this
oh,
whale
oh.
trapped.
Trapped. So like, I think. So the consensus is that
Free Willy's kind of a shitty
the
movie.
whale freed the kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And was his name also Willy?
I think most of the characters are named Willy. just to keep things easy. So when someone's like,
Just
wait,
so
what's
that
that guy's
you-
name? Willy.
You
Willy.
want
They're all
people
Willy.
to really know the connection.
Turns out we were all Willy all along.
All along. Hilarious. Yeah, no. You like-
Soon after, they made that movie about the little girl who made the ultralight plane and saved all the geese too,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no.
riding on the coattails of Free Willy.
Yep.
Yeah, it was the
Based on a true
Geese
story.
Willy.
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, Geese
Goose
Willy.
Goose Willy.
Goose Willis.
Just saved one goose.
Goose Willis. Yeah, yeah. they like, but yeah, I remember that they
Yeah.
built like a little
remember
plane. I don't think I saw it.
I saw
No, I
that
didn't
one. I
see
remember
Maybe
seeing that.
did we watch it together when we
We
were
watched
like
it.
7?
I watched it in school. I'm pretty.
I remember when it
Okay,
came out,
maybe
I
it
was
was in
too old
school,
for
yeah.
it, so probably not 7.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah. Wait. So were we like 17?
Probably.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, but it was like,
We were definitely the weird ones at the movie theater for that.
it was just, but yeah, it was like some kid like her and her dad make like an airplane,
Yeah.
right? Like a model, like not a model, like a what do you call them? Like a kit,
An
plane?
ultralight.
Or ultralight, yeah.
Made it look like a goose.
And then like the geese at Ottenango Park,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like are
She
getting-
saved Canadian
yeah,
geese.
they're
Like,
getting ousted by the
Fuck 'em.
city. Like the city's gonna shoot them, and then she's like,
Yeah.
"No, like I fed these guys."
What even was the
crust.
problem with the geese? Why were they trapped? They could fly.
Maybe
the
they didn't
whole
know the way
time.
north
yeah,
Oh,
I
she
don't
had to
think
show
they knew
them how
their
to
way
go north.
Oh yeah,
or south.
Oh.
But,
whichever
like,
time of
Why
year it
wouldn't they
was.
But
know?
why wouldn't they know?
I think it's
that?
Aren't
almost
they
innate,
supposed to
isn't it,
know?
for them?
Yeah.
They don't need
so.
to be
Aren't
shown.
they
They just-
born knowing?
Was it like?
ones
Not to mention
didn't
dozens of
know.
the
These
geese
ones are
actually
dumb,
flew
yeah.
into the propeller of our airplane and
Oh, and shooting the film. Yeah.
no, in
In
the
the
film.
movie? Yeah, no, yeah.
This is the cost
chopping
of
birds.
this is the cost of freeing geese.
If I save one goose, it'll all be worth it.
She's like, freedom isn't free. They
They flew right over the hatchet kid and didn't even save
the
him.
hatchet
Like,
kid, and then then you got people with shotguns trying to get them like passenger pigeons. But yeah, that like, so I don't really like. Are they like the Otsunango geese, where they just like fed nothing but breadcrumbs and they can't leave,
Probably.
and then
They're
like
too fat.
So I
Yeah.
actually vaguely remember
okay,
there was an evil logging company.
Oh
and they
no.
knocked down the
damn.
trees, and she found all these abandoned little gooselings,
Okay.
goslings,
Okay.
and then
How many?
of course
They're
only the
babies.
parents died.
many
I think
It'd
like
be worth the effort.
whole
Like,
flock of them. Yeah,
500 geese, just goslings.
but wait a minute though, like
She found 3 fucking goslings. It was like, I'm building a plane.
and I'm flying by myself, and I'm 9.
also
Yeah.
do geese lay
And it's
their
based on a true
eggs
story.
in the
In the
middle of
woods,
a
yeah.
forest?
Right out in the
Or is it,
woods.
like,
Actually, I have no
It's a
idea.
Fields all
remote
the time,
control plane.
No, I
she
thought you were
flew
talking
it.
about the
She's
geese.
in it.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
flies it.
Yeah, no, she's in
What?
it. Her and her dad.
It's based on a true story too.
It
This actually
happened?
happened.
Oh,
I imagine
so Free
it's
Willy's
very
also
degree?
based on a true
The
story.
coolest version of this, though,
Yeah.
building an ultralight and trying to do something,
Yeah.
is remember the guy in we don't remember because we were kids, but there was a guy in like in Eastern Berlin or whatever that wanted to get over to the west side, so he built an ultralight and he filmed the whole thing and he just flew over.
Oh, crazy. Oh,
pretty
yeah,
dope.
yeah.
That was cool.
That is pretty neat. Yeah,
Made me want to build an ultralight. I still want to.
yeah. I mean, it would be fun. Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like it'd be wicked.
You build a helicopter pretty cheap.
Yeah, thousands of dollars,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what's an ultralight cost?
fewer
20
thousands.
bucks. Yeah.
Like, so
A kit helicopter is like 20 or 30,000.
No, like 8. Yeah.
I think I've looked it up.
Well, you didn't look in the right places.
well, that's
Think
why, like,
again.
Maybe you were looking at a pre-built.
No. It was a
about-
kit though.
what about the paramotors though? They're pretty cool.
Yeah, you can buy
Yeah,
a
you
brand
might
new
as
one
well
for
just get one of
$1,800
those.
bucks.
Yeah.
No
They're not-
license or anything.
And you
Really?
can save a lot of geese with that.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So, do geese actually grow in the woods? Is that, or are they like?
Well, I think they do like a reverse salmon thing. They're like they're born and hatched in the mountains, and then
Yeah.
they ride because salmon are
Okay.
dumb trying to swim upstream. Geese are smarter; they float down to the
So,
lakes.
like the geese fry, swim down
Yeah.
the lake, and then once they hatch,
Yeah, and the loggers. I guess the well, they hatch in the mountains.
yeah, okay, all right,
and then they float down the streams into the lakes.
so the eggs are done by then, and then they're okay, yeah. So they're no longer in the eggs, and then they emerge as a bird.
Yeah, they don't
Okay.
like pupate or anything like that.
Okay.
Wouldn't that be disgusting though?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Birds, there'd be way
Oh,
fewer
it'd be so big.
birders that if they had a pupa stage.
because like, yeah, it would be weird if they're just like frogs or something. You have this semi-aquatic version of a goose. And then he's like, swims
be
down the
weird.
river. It would be weird. Unfortunately, it's not true. But no, yeah. So I guess it's conceivable they could be woodland creatures and not just field creatures. But the
I think they're park creatures is a thing.
yeah. But so if that was based on a true story, like Free Willy must also be based on a
Absolutely,
true
yeah.
story.
Yes.
Yeah.
So a kid actually freed a whale.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's that was the inception of the child
3
activists.
times.
Right.
3
Yeah.
times.
I mean, I guess it makes sense that there's 3 movies. Because saying, like, how could a 6-year-old do that? Well, he couldn't. So he had to do it again and again
Yeah,
and
yeah,
again.
yeah.
That's
like-
true. Yeah, it took many iterations of the 6-year-old.
He was also 12. I just want to. This is important.
That's such a
This is very
huge
important. And he was street smart, you know.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. Yeah, you don't really have much street smarts at 6 yet.
Not usually.
So did they make sequels to the Goose movie?
Good question. Oh, and I think
Next spring
was
she had to go
the
back
movie
down. She's
made-
like, all right, guys.
So
There's an oil spill.
I think the movie
That would
was
work.
called Fly Away Home.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll see if there's any sequels.
Fly Away Home 3.
3. Yeah, no. I feel like once you get one movie like that, you want to get at least 3.
Yeah.
Because it's a feel-good movie.
I keep thinking of that one with
You can't
the
feel good just once.
where the talking dogs that got lost in the woods, homeward bound.
yeah.
Those movies were great.
I think they made a few of those.
Love that.
I saw the
don't
first
remember
one.
the first one.
I saw the first one 100 times because we have the
Yeah.
VHS.
No, I
Yep.
remember that. Yeah, those movies were good. The talking animals.
I don't think we ever got the other ones.
No.
Well, it's like Land Before Time 13. Like at some point,
I never watched those. I think I was the only person. No, I don't think I saw any of those. Everyone else has seen.
Those are the cartoon
I saw
dinosaurs.
the
right?
Yeah,
first
yep.
one. I saw the first
The
one.
first one.
Yeah.
I don't remember. There's like 20.
There's
other
so
ones.
many of them,
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't remember any of those. Like,
You know what a good movie was?
Nope.
The
Never
Rescuers
heard of
Down
one.
Under.
oh
Yeah.
I watched that movie so many times as a kid.
Yeah.
Never even saw The Rescuers because it was lame. But The Rescuers Down Under in Australia.
That's like it reminds me
Yeah.
of Five Will
I saw
Goes
that.
West.
And that's animals
Yeah.
saving a kid, so they're really returning the favor, which is pretty sweet. About fucking time.
Yeah, do you
I
like?
missed that one.
Yeah, I don't think I
Rescuers
saw,
Down Under?
Yeah. I don't know if I actually saw
Yeah.
Yeah,
that.
neither.
I remember it.
If you
I
want to
don't
watch
remember
us
seeing
watching The Rescuers Down Under and doing a
Critique.
critique of the film, sign up to our Patreon.
Smash that subscribe button.
Patreon.com/.
Give us a
Chaptown
like.
Podcast.
Really helps out the channel.
Plugging shit.
No, yeah, we'll watch the whole.
We
watch
don't
the
have
whole-
a Patreon.
All Land Before Time. Watch
The
the whole
Patreon's
series.
coming up.
All of
All of
any
them.
day.
Any day.
Yeah, any day if you want.
Patreon's
to
coming.
Watch
day.
all of them.
Keep it out for our Patreon and our OnlyFans.
Watch these movies and
Free Willy 1, Free Willy 2, Free Willy 3. We'll watch them all.
We'll watch them all. We just need $20.
Yeah. Please. No, yeah.
I thought we were gonna watch them on OnlyFans, and then they could pay to watch us watch them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So is that like a?
That's where the smart money's at.
We won't
Yeah.
tell them that we're gonna watch in double speed, though, right?
So do we do it like? Well, we watch it in double speed, then we slow it back down.
Yeah, so we're like, oh shit!
It's all fucked up.
I think we should actually do that on a special episode of Chaptown.
Yeah.
Free Willy 1, 2, and 3.
So that the movie will be at normal speed?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
I like that,
yeah. We're gonna watch it in triple speed because we got 3 movies, so
Right.
we only
Triple
only
speed.
have enough time to watch one.
We won't even know what they're saying at triple speed.
No, well,
You'll
I
have
don't
to
think
translate.
it's a very difficult plot to follow. So
yeah, no.
I want to hear the funny
It's
words,
from
though.
the-
They got to say
it's
some
from
funny
the
shit every
90s.
once in a while.
They're gonna
Yeah.
be real slow. I think.
Oh, that's
triple
true.
Speed's gonna be fine.
What was I watching the other day? Oh, I finally got around to watching Star Trek.
Oh yeah, it's a good.
Jesus
show.
fucking
So
Christ,
slow.
though.
Double speed it.
wait, which
Yeah.
Star Trek
Double
were you
speed,
watching?
something like that.
TNG, episode 1.
Oh, TNG is
There.
a really good series. Watch it in 1.5. Yeah,
Wait,
like
what's
honestly,
TNG?
The Next Generation.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Yeah.
That's the best one. Like
The
Yeah, that's
original
what I
ones
heard.
are good
yeah.
in their own right. The
I like those too. Yeah,
the filming is cool. The colors are
the colors
it's-
and stuff. That
yeah.
all of that is really
the
weird.
sets
yeah.
are really cheap, so
Uh,
they just shot had
yep,
cool colors.
yeah.
They just lit up the sets. With
That
cool
one
colors.
and the Next Generation are the 2 best
Yeah.
ones. There's a bunch of other ones
Yeah,
like
no one watches those.
Voyager is terrible. Like
Deep Space Nine.
Yeah, like with Voyager, like me and Tom would like throw that on, and like I just fall asleep. Like it was so bad. Like it's mostly it's that 90s vibe. It's got like some kind of weird
From
Was that
Voyager.
in between?
Voyager.
where
It's
things
that
are
weird in
bad?
between where it just like
They were probably
everything
relying a little too heavily
looks
on like
weird.
CGI,
Yeah.
but it was
Yeah.
kind of shitty
Yeah.
CGI. Yeah.
And then they tried to make the bridge of the ship look like a 90s living room or something, and it just looks like
Yeah.
shit.
When's the Next Generation from?
Late 80s to early
80s?
90s.
Okay.
Yeah, but it has that 80s vibe that just carries through, and it looks good.
Yeah.
And it has what's his name is Captain Picard, who's just
Yeah.
he's actually a phenomenal actor. So
Yeah,
it's kinda-
yeah.
They
And
took it a
Sir,
little
what's his
the
seriously.
name?
robot guy, what's his name? Data.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
He's
they got him.
hilarious. Yeah. But
And
yeah.
had LeVar Burton.
Oh
and,
yeah.
and Whoopi Goldberg.
Yeah. No, it's pretty good. Yeah. But like, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't finish the first episode yet.
I would say we watch, like, if we want to watch an old movie, 1.5 speed it, and then it's like watching a movie that was made today, and it's actually tolerable. Like,
What do you use for your player?
just VLC, like, and then basically, so like we watched Poltergeist recently.
Some of those old
E.T.
70s movies and shit, for sure, I'd watch.
Oh, yeah.
at speed
They're-
because
It was
'Cause-
slow, even sped up.
Well, that's
It
what
was
I mean.
slow.
Those you remember them as being badass or whatever.
Yeah.
These old movies, but we were slower then. Everything was slower. Like and then well, there was nothing faster, so that's just what you had.
Right, yeah.
But then like you like, but if you put in 1.5 speed, it's like all of a sudden like if you we tried watching it, some of the stuff in slow speed, and it's
you
just,
mean by
there's-
slow speed you mean normal.
yeah,
Yeah.
and normal
Full
speed.
speed.
But there's like the content. There's almost nothing
There's
in
nothing.
the movie.
Yeah.
The movie has no content, so like
There's a lot of shots.
you
of
just gotta
nothing
speed
going
it
on.
up.
Yeah.
Because there's only half an hour of content there.
Yeah.
Never ending story.
yeah.
Never ending story.
Some of those,
Yeah.
and
Oh.
I always confuse Die Hard with some of the other ones that came around. Maybe like Lethal Weapon came out around the same time, and those were action movies.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's Die Hard. Maybe it's one of those in that around that time period though. And it's like still today people love the movie and the trilogy
yeah.
or whatever. It's so fucking boring. Like just nothing happens. It's so much
Nothing
dialogue and like it's not even so much dialogue. It sucks. It's horrible.
Just sucks.
Speed it up.
Yeah,
You might-
speed it
you
up.
might
Yeah.
like it.
I
a
don't
lot
even want to
better.
watch it again. I watched
Yeah,
it when I was a
fuck
kid.
Yeah, no, like I think like we did Never Ending Story in Double Speed. That
Dragons
movie-
talk
movie's
so
action.
fucking slow anyway.
It's
Like
really
Yeah.
good. The movie's really good.
what's
But, like,
going on?
Yeah, there's that
That was
dramatic
such a
effect
slow
back in the
movie.
day.
Oh
where
my
they're, like,
god.
they tried to drag everything out for
Yeah.
dramatic effect. It's like doesn't work.
I'm just bored now.
Yeah, no, it's just like I mean, it works, I guess, in a book, but like in a movie, you're only
It worked back then.
You're sitting here for 90 minutes. They're only gonna
Well,
make
here's the
one
crazy
of these.
thing,
I
too.
just wanna fucking watch
The movies were
it.
so much. The movies are so slow,
Yeah.
yet they're always 90 minutes.
Yeah.
And now they make movies that are at modern speed,
Yeah.
but they're fucking 2.5 hours long
Yeah.
as well. And it's like
Yeah.
Weird.
I can't stand it. Like
Yeah,
it's
you can't make it the double speed movies.
no.
No,
What I'm
the
saying is modern
movies.
movies
Okay.
are 3 hours long.
Oh, yeah.
and at modern speed.
Oh yeah, well no, they have because they
And
have
they're
20
horrible.
hours of content and they got to fit it.
Yeah.
Into
3 hours instead
3
of
hours,
90
yeah.
minutes,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
is the length most movies should
See,
be.
but that's why just like why at that point it's not a movie. Just make TV shows out of it. Just break.
Yeah.
it
Well,
up.
and that's what
Yeah,
Netflix does. They
like,
just
Right,
break it up.
yeah.
But they
Like-
make it so you have to watch the whole thing in one sitting anyway because it's
Right.
riveting.
kind of why I feel like movies are like they're just gonna like. The concept of $1 trillion movie is just gonna eventually go away, right? Yeah, like
Nah, I think they just
Eh.
keep bumping it up.
Yeah, I don't
know.
They're like, well, we spent $1 trillion and we made $1.1 trillion, so now we have to spend
Yeah.
1.5 trillion on this next one to make $1.7 trillion
like,
back. It's
Yeah.
just getting
At
ridiculous.
this point, though, they're
The movies
only
are
making
so shitty.
remakes. So they're
Oh,
just
yeah.
remakes and sequels. So like,
Guaranteed money. Yeah.
yeah, but they're like
There's apparently a ton of people out there ready to spend all their money on shitty
Yeah.
remake.
well,
movies,
the thing
so
too
I
is
don't know.
like it's something I don't know. One of the like
remake the Hulk every
Yeah.
year.
Well, the
Fuck
thing
it,
is-
why not?
every year.
They like something. It was one of the Avengers movies or something like that.
Yeah.
Like in its first weekend, did like 130 million, but
Yeah.
like 90 million of it was in China, or like
Yeah.
way more than- it was
Oh,
like they
yeah.
aren't making them for
Yeah, I heard about that.
American
Anymore.
audiences even anymore.
Yeah,
So
they're making them
it
for the
people who've
Asian
never
market.
Heard the story before or whatever, and they're just like, yeah, or whatever.
Well,
I
like
don't
especially
know.
with superhero movies, I think it translates easily.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
like because like in translation, a lot of like nuance and concepts and stuff get lost. But if you just
Oh,
make
yeah.
these are the bad guys, these are the good guys, they shoot at each other, and the good guys win, you
Yeah.
can sell that to the entire world.
Okay, that makes
Yeah.
a
And
lot
it's-
more sense.
It
Yeah.
makes sense, and it sucks.
Yeah.
Well, it sucks because you used to have like you had this like peak in movies in like the 90s
Right.
where like they're like really good conceptually and stuff like that. You know, like Jurassic Park and all these crazy.
Which is still a great movie.
Yeah, a lot of
It's
stuff.
probably
in the 80s was really
translatable
good.
too.
That
But
one.
the
Like Pulp Fiction
yeah,
probably loses something
yeah,
when you
I don't
like
think you would get it. Yeah, like
diner culture.
something. also noticed is that it seems like comedy movies, they're not really making them like good comedy movies.
And I even
anymore.
try to remake comedy movies from even 15 years ago that I liked when they came out, and they're
Yeah.
not funny.
No, they're not.
Like, they're just
Like,
and they just don't make.
is
funny
that
ones
because
anymore.
Coming
they're
to America
trying-
was really bad.
really
What's
bad.
that?
Yeah.
The new one.
Did you see that?
What one?
Coming to America. The first one was good.
The second one, I didn't watch the whole thing. I watched
It
half
was
of it.
really
This
bad.
is
did.
so fucking.
I don't know why.
And it was attempting to be like a super woke movie too, and it was just like it was so
Yeah.
heavy-handed and lame. And
Yeah.
Eddie Murphy is a fucking genius, and the fact that he was okay with making this movie is just
Yeah,
sad.
it's pretty
Like,
bad. Yeah, like because they basically took the first one. The whole point of the first one was that he's like not the person that they made him out to be in the second one. So
Yeah.
he's like they turned him into a normal dude or whatever. It's just like so the first one was hilarious because he wasn't a piece of shit, and he's like going and he's like trying to break from the mold of like a standard person or whatever. The other. In reality, the first one's kind of more woke than the second one is. It's just
more
like,
authentic.
Yeah, no,
Like,
yeah, because
yeah.
it's a real thing. But like the it's just like the second one, the like plot was too contrived, I guess. Like it
Very
not
much
good at
so.
all. Yeah,
it sucked.
yeah.
There's a reason it was just released on Amazon, I think, too.
yeah. But that was like his first big thing since
He
like,
did he did
decade
another
ago,
movie
right?
that I think was on Netflix. He did and it was pretty funny. It was Dynamite something. I don't remember. And it was within the last. It was like right before he
Okay.
released this one, and it was decent. It was funny. Had funny parts,
Okay,
but it was more like authentic too.
Yeah, no. I haven't really watched any new. There's just like all the new movies and stuff that are coming out.
Yeah, I
no.
haven't.
Matrix,
don't
Dune.
know.
That's all I'm
I'm
looking
I'm
forward
only
to.
looking forward to Dune.
Yeah.
I'm not even really looking forward to Matrix because the first Matrix was cool, and then the other one sucked. So how good could this one be? Dune is coming out next month, I think.
So I'm looking forward to
I'm gonna
both.
go to
I
the
think
theater.
it'll be
It's
good,
like I
yeah.
haven't been to a theater in fucking forever. I'm gonna go see
Yeah.
it, expecting to be a little disappointed, but
Yeah.
but the director of it is a guy. Not to go on a science fiction tangent, but the director of it is like the guy who did Arrival and the new Blade Runner. So
Oh,
he's
like
like
the-
into he does like hard sci-fi.
The new Arrival? Have you seen the old Arrival?
No, I haven't.
It's hilarious. Like, so
Yeah.
it's a Charlie
it's
Sheen
old,
movie.
right?
It's so funny. Like
Charlie Sheen?
Yeah, it's Charlie
is
Sheen.
it a comedy
Has
or
nothing to do with the new movie, but like
Yeah.
it just always makes me think of it. It's like a joke between me and my brother and my cousin because we watched it as kids. And like it's like these aliens are like hiding everywhere in these like corporations and stuff, and like the reason we have global warming is they're just like really these aliens live on a hot planet and like they just want to make it super hot here, and like he's just like he's like discovering all this, and he's like sneaking into into like these companies and stuff, and then like he goes into the back and then they like unzip their skin and stuff, and then like they just jack the heat up and they're like, oh. And, like it's so funny, and then like he's friends with this kid though. And this kid at the very end, he's like in a field or whatever, like with these big like satellite dish arrays or whatever. And he's trying to like do something. this kid.
Is it a 6-year-old kid that saved the
Yeah,
world
no,
again?
no,
God
no,
damn
no,
it.
it's the opposite. He's like standing on this thing and he's trying to get him to turn on, like send a message with the telescope or something. He's like, for shit.
That's not how telescopes
He's like-
work, kid. Get the fuck out of here.
He's like Kiki helped him all the way through the movie. And he's like, come on, Kiki, you gotta hit that thing. Oh yeah, he wanted to hit the thing to broadcast something to tell the world that these aliens were everywhere, and he was gonna broadcast it from this dish. And then like he's like, for shit's sake, Kiki, he's like, hit it now or whatever. And these aliens, their knees bent backward, and then Kiki's just standing there, and then his knees start bending the other way, and then he's like, no. So funny.
Spoiler alert. I
Yeah,
guess.
spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert to a 35-year-old movie.
It's just it's so good. It's Charlie Sheen's best work for sure. Yeah, no, that like so bad. Yeah.
I did figure out a cool trick for comedy movies, though.
Oh yeah.
Is you just watch the first 2/3 and then you turn it off.
Okay.
Try it out.
Probably
All right.
a good
The
idea.
last third of every comedy movie, pretty much. There are a few exceptions. Like if you're still laughing 2/3 of the way through,
Yeah.
try it out. But
Okay. Yeah.
you'll notice 2/3 of the way through, no more jokes.
Yeah, I
Okay,
guess
all right.
the arc
Just
of a
turn it
comedy
off.
movie is
Yeah.
like the 2/3. Like
Yeah.
there's conflict and that's the humor.
Yep.
And then when they start resolving the
Yeah.
conflict, what are you?
Just turn
what's
it
Yeah,
off.
right.
Doesn't matter. It's,
Oh yeah,
That makes
yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
Well, because the often the end of it is just like a happily ever
Yeah.
after thing or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, right? Yeah. So like,
Even ones that are like good ones, like cult ones and stuff, like still the last third is not
Yeah.
just skip it.
okay, yeah, I can see that. Yeah,
Yeah.
it makes
Take
sense.
30 seconds to make up your own ending, and then it's just as good as what actually happened.
But like, do they even? They're not even making like real comedies
No.
anymore.
I don't know.
right?
So I don't see
Well,
commercials, so I don't know.
Yeah,
I
what's-
think it's
True.
hard to get not to sound like one of these people, but I think it's very hard to, like, first of all, comedy. What makes things funny usually is being like controversial and kind of
Yeah.
like poking fun
It's
at things
true,
you're not
yeah.
allowed to poke fun at. So they can't get the budget. They probably don't get clearance from large
Oh, they're just not
producers and
funding
stuff.
that anymore?
And I don't like it when they poke fun at white men because that's not funny.
Exactly.
So I don't like new movies. I think also comedies are.
I think you're only supposed to punch up, and from what I've seen,
That's-
we're at the bottom right now. So
white men are the most oppressed people in this country. I think comedies are also made for like 20-year-olds. And I've seen a lot of comedies as a 20-year-old.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
like now, probably just a new comedy. I'm like, half the jokes I already heard, half of them
Yeah.
are for a younger audience. So it's like,
Yeah,
there's not
that's
much
true,
left to.
yeah. Well, like, I think it like those types of movies kind of crescendoed with like The Hangover or
Yeah.
something, and
That
then,
might just be
that was
your
definitely the
age,
beginning of
though.
the end. I
Yeah,
think.
yeah.
So
It
Might
that's
just,
like around
you
when
might
the
just be
first
saying that
Anchorman
because
came
you
out.
were 25 when that movie came out.
Yeah.
though. Like,
Yeah, probably if
Yeah,
you watch
maybe, yeah.
Hangover now, it's probably not funny.
yeah.
yeah.
Because
So
there's
whatever-
a handful of them I tried rewatching. I'm like, this just isn't funny.
Whatever comedy movies came out when you were between 20 and 25 are the funniest movies ever made.
Yeah,
No
yeah.
matter how old you are. Everyone.
Yeah.
Like, my dad's like, oh, yeah. The Sunshine Kid is so funny. And I'm like,
Sunshine.
not.
Remember when we were little kids and like we're like looking for stuff to watch at your house and like we're like, what is there to watch or whatever? You're like, Gallagher. I think he's funny. Like,
When I was a kid,
No, I
Gallagher
was like,
funny, and
I was
so
like,
Carrot
Gallagher's
Top.
hilarious.
Oh, yeah,
You guys are gonna love this.
we put him on, and all he does is smash watermelons. You know, I was looking at the psychology of this. Like,
It's
like,
only the last 10 minutes he's smashing watermelons.
Is it?
Let's-
Is
yes,
it?
Before that, he
yes.
was
I thought it
jumping.
was this whole
He was
show.
jumping
No,
on
no,
a
no.
giant couch for a while.
Yeah, he has a giant
It
big
wasn't
wheel.
funny.
I thought the whole thing was the watermelon. People would show up in raincoats.
Yeah.
And then they would sit in the front row and they're like, it's coming.
He's
And you
gonna
know that there's
smash
two-
the
It's
watermelon.
coming. Do it. Do it, guy.
You know, there's actually, and
yeah.
you know, there's two Gallaghers, right?
Yeah.
There's
They're
more than
they're-
one?
There's brothers,
He has a
and they
twin
both
brother.
perform the same show. And apparently,
Really?
there's been
The
feuds.
same
There's been
show?
Yeah, there's feuds between them sometimes, or there is a feud.
Like a
and
real feud? Or is
for,
it like
a good, no, yeah, a real feud. Because I think
Okay.
for a while it was legitimate. Partially, maybe because he was so popular, and who would know
So
the
did they
difference?
arise
like-
at like,
Yeah.
the same time and then one of them stole the act but the other one
No, I
No.
think it was
Okay.
copacetic at first. Like
Yeah.
they
Okay.
they were like, yeah, we'll cover twice as many. And I don't know if people caught on or like, I want to see the real, like it
Are they
matters.
twins?
Which one's
Yeah,
the real
pretty
one?
much. I think.
Okay.
Who knows?
Is there a real
I
one?
don't know.
Well, like, wait. It
I
doesn't
think
even
they're. I
matter.
think they feud.
No,
Yeah, like
it doesn't.
what?
No.
Doesn't, if you're getting a Gallagher.
I mean, Gallagher was
Yeah.
was
So-
Gallagher was the last name, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So-
like, here's the
Yeah,
thing.
technically, they weren't even lying. It's,
If
it's
they're
fucking Gallagher.
both comedians, then aren't they both just Gallagher?
Yeah.
So like, yeah, like
One of them must have been a little bit better.
yeah, you know, one
at
of them was funnier.
smashing
He
watermelons.
smashed watermelons faster.
You can't like duplicate stage presence.
Probably the right-handed one was
Yeah.
more coordinated.
The left-handed one, he would
He's-
sometimes miss. And
yeah.
Wait, is that how
person in the
twins
crowd.
work?
That's what I heard.
There's always a left-handed.
There's
and
always a
right-handed
left and a
one?
right.
No.
No. Apparently, if you're a left-handed person, that means you were a twin in utero,
Oh my
and
God.
the right-handed twin died.
You consume
okay.
that twin.
No.
and got
They're
their
facts.
strength.
The
Matter
evil
of fact.
forces one out.
If you have two right-handed twins, it means there were at least triplets, and the left-handed one
at
died.
least triplets, they ate them in the womb, and then yeah. Okay,
That's
that
it.
makes sense.
That's the way it goes.
Yeah.
Science.
So that's how Gallagher was formed.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're both
In the
left-handed.
womb.
They're both left-handed. They both ate their twins.
Yeah.
Like, but
they teamed up. Yeah.
so like, They had more to their show though. Like I remember watching it.
It was like prop comedy. A
Yeah.
lot of it.
Okay, yeah. Okay, it was like when I looked it up again, like in the future.
I'm sure they
all
only. I'm sure.
The highlights
I'm
are
sure
all
on
more,
YouTube
yeah.
they only put the highlights,
Yeah,
and it's
which
all
is-
smashing
It's
pumpkins.
just like I'm just going through the
Or watermelons.
Yeah. It's just
Whatever.
I literally up until right now I thought that man just made a shitload of money. So to like people would go to an arena and just hope they got.
I'm pretty
splattered
sure.
with watermelon.
And I'm
Pretty
pretty
much.
sure you can still go to Las Vegas and see Gallagher.
He's still alive.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
Why not? Is it still him?
He's been alive for 300 years. Whatever.
It's probably his,
Don't worry
it's probably
about
his
it.
son at this point.
You want to get hit in the face with watermelon or
Is it
not?
even him? Like who? Yeah.
It's his son.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
He
His
doesn't-
name's Gallagher too.
He doesn't age. He doesn't age. Yeah. Like
He's wearing his dad's face as a mask.
his leather
Flopping around on his face while he smashes watermelon.
leather face. Like,
It's me, Gallagher.
wow. See, that would make it way funnier though. Like,
That would be hilarious.
He has
I'd
to
go to see
smash
that.
watermelons in order to exfoliate
yeah,
the skin of his
like,
father.
He's just
Like-
wearing the skin of both of his fathers.
Gallagher's son was made from two sperm.
One of them is a sad face, and one's a happy face. He's got him so down the middle. Yeah, no, that's
He's
the
fucking-
Gallagher I want.
That's fucking art, man.
Yeah,
now
that's
it's comedy and tragedy.
Yeah.
And it's
No,
like,
like,
The whole
he's got to
thing.
go for if you want laughs. Like,
You gotta see Gallagher, dude.
yeah, I want to see him. Like,
Gallagher 2.1 is my
how many
favorite.
generations can you get?
must
though?
be
Like,
18 to
out
go
of
see
that.
Gallagher now.
Yeah. Disturbing
Just
content.
like thick layers of Gallagher masks. They're just like
Now he doesn't
Just
smash
stretch
watermelons
to the next
anymore.
one
gotta
over
keep
the last
legacy going.
He smashes fetal pigs now.
Fetal pigs. Well, like he's got to keep
That's
amping
crossing
it up,
the line.
right? Everyone expects a watermelon. They don't expect a fetal pig.
Is he the same
Fetal
guy
pig
that
in a
smashes
watermelon.
pianos? That's a different guy.
I don't know.
I haven't
I
seen
don't know.
him.
Gallagher would probably smash a piano. I think he
smashed
smashed a
piano.
lot of things.
I think smashing a
the
piano
watermelons
sounds
were just
fun.
the.
It
Yeah.
is.
But
Remember we did it for my going away party?
Yeah,
I don't think I was there for that.
that was
you couldn't
cool.
make it? Yeah, I don't think you could make it.
It sounded
yeah,
just like a cartoon.
we knocked it down, like we threw it off of like a cliff, and it rolled down the cliff, and then we smashed it apart with hatchets and lit
There's
it
a
on
video
fire.
of that somewhere.
Yeah, there's
You
got
know
to
that
be.
there's
No,
like
there
20
is.
There's like
I have
20
it.
tons of tension in a
Yeah,
piano.
I gotta find it.
20 what?
There's
I
like
think it's on
20
my
tons
Google
of tension in a
Drive.
piano.
Really?
Or something like that. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Combined though.
I remember like Jim
If
had
you add
a,
up all the tension in the strings, it's a lot.
Jim had a piano, and it like the thing inside. He was like trying to clean it or something. And he's like, I'll just unscrew this thing or whatever. And there's
Yeah.
a big metal plate in there that weighs like 600 pounds. And then it fell like an inch, but it's in this thing. And then he's like, I just gotta lift it up. But like the amount of force you would have to, you have to lift like
All the
1,000
strings.
pound
Yeah.
plate 1 inch. He's like, "Ah!"
Oh, I'm gonna clean this piano. Let's just start unscrewing it.
Yeah, no. And then like I think he ended up just putting that like I think
Just leave it there is what.
No.
Yeah, that's what he should have done.
That one we ended up smashing another piano.
Oh,
because,
my
there's
God.
no way to get rid of it, so like we ended up having to destroy it, and then we put it outside, and then the scrap daddies came and took the rest of it. What was left.
Yeah, they took the good parts.
Yeah.
If
They took
anyone
that
watching has an old piano they'd love to get rid of,
Smash
we'll take
that
it
like
and
button.
we'll smash it and put it on Patreon. Patreon.com/.
We'll
Like
watch
and
Free
subscribe.
Willy 1, Free Willy 2.
Live on OnlyFans.
Free Willy 3.
Then we'll smash a piano.
We just need $20.
Legitimately, I think we should do if anyone's interested in watching a remote podcast of us sending a camera down one of the sinkholes in the Binghamton Plaza
my
parking lot,
God.
see what the hell's down there.
Man,
Throwing
if you
a
want
match.
to fund us, we'll build a drone to go down there. Really see what's going on.
Or we'll tie an old phone to a string.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got
Drone.
Drone.
a camera on a 100-foot tether for underwater stuff. We could
Yeah, but
do
when we
this.
throw the matches in there,
Okay.
it'll probably blow up.
It was
so
it was
Well,
not an
like-
expensive camera.
Okay.
As long as it's sealed and there's no spark, so we should be good.
So, yeah, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
it's covered in vinyl.
Yeah, no static discharge.
Yep, be good.
A little rat sniffs it and a little spark.
If you want to see us blow up an entire parking lot,
Oh my god!
$20 on Patreon.
Free Willy 1, Free Willy 2.